What's the first thing women notice? Your face. That's why you got to take care of. Simple things like getting a haircut, grooming your face, and brushing your teeth is important. But there's one thing guys miss and that women always notice. It's when a guy isn't taking care of his skin. That's why I'm so excited to have T. Shanley as a sponsor of today's video. T. Shanley simplifies the process of taking care of your skin. They provide you with all the products you need and nothing you don't. Seriously, I don't think some of you believe me when I tell you how much implementing a quality skincare routine will improve your confidence in all aspects of your life. I recommend you start with the level 1 system, which comes with all the basics: daily face wash, exfoliating scrub, an AM moisturizer with an SPF 20 and a PM moisturizer. But and to make it dead simple for you guys, they provide an instruction card in every box that tells you when to use each product, how much to use, and in what order. But because T just sponsoring this video, they're offering you an amazing deal. Just click the first link in the description and get 40% off your first skincare system and free gift. Plus, as a member, you'll get 20% off for life. By the way, one of their new gift options is a silicone body scrubber, which is a $20 value and a complete game changer. Once you use this, you'll never go back to a regular loofah ever again. So don't wait any longer. Click the first link in the description to start your skincare journey today.
Maintaining your beard isn't just style, it's self-respect. A well-grown beard boosts confidence and leaves a lasting impression. Elevate your look. Embrace the importance of beard care today.
It's go time. Nice guy with a cold shoulder. Cool, but I don't know you. Wrote a flat. What's going on, family? Welcome to King Talk. Let me go ahead and introduce the crew, man. We got Mr. Shannon Ross, M. White, Trev Smooth, Darwin McPherson, Law and Facts. I'm sorry, Law. Kenny P, Hink, me, myself, Lapeef J.I. What's going on, family? What's going on? How y'all doing?
Feeling good. Always blessed.
Always good, man. What's good?
Hope y'all ready.
Here to do the Lord's work. Yes, Lord.
You said you're always ready, Trev.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Awesome.
What's going on, Trev? So you got the vest on, man?
Yeah, man. You know, we in Jersey, man. It's a little cooler in this area, man, you know?
I think you're right, man. Winter's coming, Trev. Winter's coming.
Winter is coming.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's good to see you, man. So you got that setup looking great, Hink.
Trying to do a little something. That's all. That's it.
Okay. What's up, Shannon? Oh, okay, that was so phony, man. That was this motherfucker had that Diddy smile, didn't he? That's a smile he did when he was up at TDJ's chest. Y'all seen that the little video today? Somebody that rolled it out, man. Anyhow, man, good to see you. Welcome everybody. Do me a favor, hit that like button. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Let's go ahead and get the housekeeping out the way. Shout out to the sponsor, T. Shanley, Uncomplicated Skincare for Men. 40% off. 40% off along with a free gift. And if you click that link and you become a member, you get 20% off for life. That is 20% off for life. We also got your Assure Man King on top. This is for your beard. So if your beard is patchy, it's not connecting, struggling with it, hard and brittle, this is what you want to use. This is going to get you right, man. So shout out to Assure Man King on top. McPherson, I think it's back in stock, so you should be expecting something soon.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was wondering when my order was coming in.
Yeah. It was notated, man. Let's see what else we got, man. Dale Matthews in the chat. Hiriam. Hopefully I pronounced it correctly. Speaks on it. Erica's in the house. I see Smooth is in the chat per usual. He on his Clout Jones tonight. I see. It's Angela Swift. What's going on? How you doing, man? New chapter. Branu Mbize. Hopefully I pronounced that correctly. Come on, you guys, my scholars on the panel. How you pronounce this?
Bro Namzi.
Bro Namzi. Okay. There you go. Got a whole list of words, man. I'm trying to increase my vocabulary.
That's not a real
word. Is your mic using the is your input the right mic?
I was thinking that, man.
I don't think so. I think it's being picked up by a phone or a computer mic or something.
Here we go. Is that better?
There's the JR we know.
Okay. I thought it was something, man. I was listening on YouTube and I was like, the music sounded kind of funny.
Also, you're frozen on my screen, but I don't know about theirs.
Am I frozen?
On mine too.
Yeah, you froze.
Got a lot going on here. Maybe when I did the switch, it might have did something. Is it better now?
No.
Okay.
Probably gotta leave and come back.
Yeah, I'll go.
I thought we was on gonna disappear. There it is. There it is. Now you muted.
Are we good now?
There we go.
All right, struggle streaming, but it's all good. Anyhow, I was wondering why it sounded like that. I'm like, damn. I'm like, this shit expensive as hell, and this sound like trash.
What you got?
The more you add, the worse.
No. It's
the
good.
harder it is.
It probably was good now, but it probably was playing off of the headphones.
Now.
Yeah. I'm just talking about earlier when I was listening during the timer, it sounded kind of weird to me. I'm glad I ain't had no Shannon Sharp going on. Mama Shell.
It kind of sounded like that, low key.
You said it sounded like that? Yeah. I was going to probably call somebody and tell them to stop recording. Anyhow, let's go ahead and get this show started, man. Again, hit that like button. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Good to see you guys in attendance. Let me get this video queued up. The main topic is successful men should always lead with their wallets. What y'all thinking, man? Just short and brief. True statement. I put a poll in the chat. Let me see if anybody voted on it yet. I'll check it in a little bit. But what do you guys think? They should be leading with their wallet?
You know how I feel about that.
Nah, I forgot, man. You got to remind the audience.
It's a hell no for me.
Okay.
I like to phrase it a little different. I mean, I can understand what it says, and I can understand how people can misinterpret that as leading with just money. But there's a lot.
Darwin, don't lead. Don't rephrase it. Don't rephrase it for it. Don't make it easy for people.
Stand on it.
Okay,
stand on it.
I stand on it.
Because I'm with you. I know what you're gonna say, and I'm with you, Darwin.
Yeah.
But we can't. That's not. And I like how Hink said, don't soften it up for the world. Say it like it is, and let them figure it out.
Men should leave with their wallet. Most definitely.
All right, men should leave with their wallet. All right. What about you, Kenny?
That's a big no. Because when you lead
That's
by
when you ain't got no wallet, right, Kenny? No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, so when you lead by a certain thing, that is what you'll be known for. No substance, no character, no integrity. Now, what happens when that money's gone? She's gone as well. We had the same discussion that me and Darwin was going back and forth with. Discerning. You can't discern the type of woman, but let's play devil's advocate. Maybe at a certain place in life where you want what you want, when you want what you want, when you want it. If that's the case, lead with your wallet, because pretty much you're making the demands. You can walk up to her and say, this is what I'm offering. Take it or leave it. The Benz is right there. It's warm inside. It's cold out here. So what we doing? But if you ask me on moral,
what would you lead with if you didn't lead with your wallet?
What?
So what else would you lead with if you're not leading with your wallet?
Character, integrity, morals, ethics.
Something everybody should have, right? It doesn't make you no difference than average Joe.
Not true. Because you got a lot more zeros with your morals and ethics. So you're not average Joe anymore.
That's a good argument. But we do
Dude,
agree
tell that
that you're
man it's
supposed to, those
right.
things
You
you
ain't
listed,
messing
basically.
with one, man.
Yeah,
He said, don't strike out.
Those are
Don't
things
strike
you're
out.
supposed to. Those are things basic things you're supposed to have, though, right? Kenny, we can agree with that, right?
If you're a moral and ethical man, yes. I would agree.
Okay. So you would expect that every man you run into is encompass that.
No. That'd be foolish to think. A person shows you what they are from deeds and how they carry themselves. But to stay on the question, if you have
don't
money,
consider benefit of doubt.
what?
Yes, I'm talking about before you met them. You don't give them the benefit of the doubt that they're gonna have the baseline.
Okay, that's aspirational. You'll hope everyone holds those values, but I don't want to stray too far off of the question that was asked.
Okay.
So JR asked me a question. I said no.
Okay.
All right. What you think about it, Hink?
Man, they say so much bullshit just a minute ago. Could you repeat the question, Jay? I'm sorry. I blame this shit on bullshit.
I'm just getting a general perspective on successful men should always lead with their wallets.
Yeah, you sound like a clown if that's what you do. Because you ain't got shit else to back it up with but money. Paper. Yeah, I don't believe in that bullshit.
Okay. And what about you, Law? You on mute just so you know, Law. I think it's your mic.
Yep, you got me?
Yeah.
Hey, so check it. The same way I always would say it, man. If you lead with your wallet, it's just like a woman leading with her body. That's all they're gonna expect out of you. So if that's how you coming, just like if you one of these cats, let's say you're online and you're flashing all the money, that's what they're gonna come for because you're leading with that. That's your personality. That's what you got going. Same way if a woman got her ass cheeks out online, that's what they coming for. That's what we're gonna look for. So depending on if that's how you want to be perceived, lead with that. But you know what I'm saying? I'd like to think that a real rounded man has a lot more to offer than just my pockets. You dig? So yeah, I disagree with that.
All right. What about you, Mr. Shannon Rawls?
Am I the last one? Everybody's gone?
No, you're not the last.
No. What Marcus think?
You know what I think. I don't think you should.
I don't.
Okay. Well, the answer is no. I don't think you should do that.
Okay. Now I don't know if me and Darwin is on the same sheet of music. I think we are, but I'm not sure for sure. Yes, men should always lead with their wallet. Men of means should always lead with their successful men, as the question is asked, should always lead with their wallet. Should men lead with their money? No. But I go deeper than leading with money. Darwin, are we kind of close?
We're on the same page, brother.
Yeah. You see, the question is asking, should I lead with my wallet? This is mine. I've had this one for a long time. Have you guys ever seen Pulp Fiction, the movie?
Yep.
This is my bad motherfucker right here. For those that know, this is a bad motherfucking wallet. You see, in this wallet in which I lead with is much more than just money. Everybody that says that you shouldn't lead with your wallet, I get it. You're naturally gonna go with, nah, man, don't lead with your wallet. You're gonna be a sucker. You're gonna get, tricked out. You showing how much money you got. I said, no. You see, a wallet is not just for cash. It does not just hold. Now it does hold the checks. I got checks in here, 2 different accounts. I keep 1 check in each one of those accounts. It does have cash in here as well, but it also has my Diners Club card. It also has my fraternity membership card. It has my AAA card. It has a whole slew of credit cards which indicates my credit score, especially the kind of, I got most of my cards are metal. You know, it includes my insurance cards, which is attached to my AAA insurance, my farmer's insurance, and my Geico insurance. That's connected to my home insurance. That's connected to my life insurance, my health insurance. That's all in here. I keep it. This is one of them fat wallets. I can't get one of them skinny ones. So I got everything in here. In here, I got my AAA in case something happened to me while I'm on the road. You see, my wallet it encompasses everything that I've become over the years. My wallet shows you brothers, and especially a woman, what kind of man she's dealing with. Even the kind of wallet that's like this supple leather. It's not no bullshit. This ain't no cloth. It's old. I've had it for this one particularly. I think I've had about 20 years or so. But when a man leads with his wallet, what he's leading with is not his money. He's leading with everything that he's become. He's leading with all of his accomplishments and accolades and the things that makes him great. In my wallet, without speaking too much, especially, I can show you guys what kind of nigga I am. I could show you the places I go. Oh, in here also I got my Soho membership. It's you guys in south of Hauser. It's a
yeah, we got Soho here.
It's a private club.
Yeah, I go to Soho.
Yeah. You should leave with your wallet, Marcus, because that's where you keep your Soho membership. We know how much we pay for that every year. Your wallet, fellas, is not your money, it's you. And if you're proud of who you've become and you're proud of the things that you've attained over the course of your life, if you're proud of all the access that you've created, the places that you can go that others can't, the respect that you gathered from your business associations, from your peers, from the memberships that you are afforded to be a part of that other people probably can't be a part of, that's all in your wallet, proverbially or physically and actually. And so if you're going to meet a woman and you want to meet somebody of substance, yeah, you damn right I'm leading with my wallet. Do you know who I am? Do you know what I've gotten? It's not about the money. The money is that's the after effect. The money comes. That's automatic. If all I got is money, I wouldn't even need a wallet. I need a wallet to hold everything else. Should a nigga lead with his money? No. You sucker. I agree with all the brothers on that shit. If a man should lead with his money. But a man should absolutely lead with his wallet. My man B Madden's in the house. That's all I got on it. Did you have anything, Darwin?
Yep, I'm with you on that. Totally with you. There's some cards I got in my wallet, man. To name a few, the insurance card, obviously, the veteran ID get me military discounts, allow me to get commissary, exchange, all that other stuff. I got a couple of excess cards for buildings I can't name. I got a couple of permits for things I'm not gonna name. A card. I got another card in which I have to pay my dues. So I'm in a holding lodge right now. That's a Masonic card. If for the brothers who wear the light. And that has gotten me out of so many traffic tickets. Man, your wallet is most definitely not just about money, man. Your wallet, if you're a successful man, and we're talking about a successful man, we're talking about a man who have achieved a lot of things in life. Certifications, qualifications, all of the things that you've done. A lot of that stuff is in your wallet. A lot of that stuff is how you identify. If you're a doctor, attorney, or whatever, you carry certain cards or certain credentials on you. You got to see security clearance. You carry certain things on your person that identify your success in life. And if you think it's all about your account balance, you're limiting yourself to a lot of things in life, fellas. You really need to expand your horizon on the things that you can accomplish so you can fill your wallet with things that you can lead with. Because if you've done that, then you would answer this question from a different perspective. And maybe y'all have done some of the things that Shannon and I've talked about.
I know B Madden is, and I know and White, they both got Omega Psi Phi cards in their wallet.
There we go. Exactly. So y'all were just looking at it. I don't want to say granular. Y'all were looking at it from a different perspective, as if we're using our wallet to leverage a relationship or the type of relationship we want. And typically when people talk about that in context, it's about their money or whatever resources they can bring into the connection. But I would argue, I mean, if that's a good leverage point, to be honest with you. A man who's got his shit together, who's got a household, got businesses, got money, got resources, and they can actually take care of a family. What's wrong with that? If you're just giving it away, but if you're actually using it to say this is who I am and this is the power I have behind my success, there's nothing wrong with that.
That means that correlates the same way with the cash.
What do you think JR was referring to was a relationship? So why would I want to expose a woman to all those blessings if she's not even worthy enough to have them? But you, as a trick, sounds like it's exactly what you ready to do. You ready to show her everything, and she doesn't even deserve half the knowledge that you just talked about. It's in my wallet. Why? Why would I bless a woman?
Let me answer that.
Now let me finish.
No, let me go first, though.
Let me finish. Why would I bless any woman? Because it sounds like y'all bragging a bunch of dudes. Now, if you just talk to the fellas, okay, I understand. But he's talking about in the relationship aspect of it. He's just not just talking about just us a bunch of hard ankles, you just letting us know what you're doing and you're accomplishing and all of that stuff. He's talking about in a relationship. So I'm not going to bless any woman with that knowledge if she's not worthy enough to be blessed. I would never leave my wallet. Now, for those who want to, I understand. Trick on. I'm not that dude.
All right.
So Hank, what the thing is, what you said was, why would I bless any woman with the things that I led with? I wouldn't bless nobody with it, even the niggas that I'm talking to. Let's not conflate giving away what's in my wallet to you versus leading with you to let you know who you fucking with. It's a big difference. You can see who you fucking with. Shit, just seeing the car I pull up in. We all display. You can see who you fucking with when you see the suit I'm wearing. A lot of times, depending on the watch I'm wearing, and brothers that know what they're looking at when they see it, we all lead with something. But do you believe, or I know you don't believe, but I want you guys to always think a level deeper. Just because we're talking about leading with one thing doesn't mean we're giving it away. Everything that you just mentioned, Hank, sounded like, why would I bless a woman? I'm not blessing nobody with nothing until I get to understand who I'm dealing with. But it doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to keep all of my accolades hidden until I know that first of all, you can't even come to my house without knowing. So, something tells me, Hank, no woman can come to your house without knowing either. Unless you're going to rent you some rinky-dink bullshit just to have her over and have dinner, just so she don't know what you're really working with. And I don't think that you're the kind of brother that would do something like that. I don't think you've done it in the past. So my thing is, we're not giving away anything. We're not blessing anybody with anything. We're not sharing nothing with anybody other than leading with it to let them know who they fucking with. It's just that simple. That's all it is. Did you have something you want to add, Darwin?
Yeah, I would say I would stamp that. Everything you just said, I'm stamping 100%. Secondly, I'll add, if you are dealing with a woman that's not worth your time, worth being a wife, I would argue that leading with your money is probably a better option for her. Pay that motherfucker off and keep it moving. Because if she is not worth being a wife, a lot of the assets and resources that you can leverage behind the other things we spoke about in your wallet, she's not worthy of that. She's only worthy of the dime and nickel. So I would argue, if you are dealing with somebody who can't get past that level in a relationship, just leave her at the dollar value, and that's it. Precisely.
So you shared with us that you are a man who crossed the desert, and before you was able to cross that desert, you had to be duly worthy to come into the house to see the light, right? You had to eat that Masonic apple, right? And so you had to be found duly worthy. I don't find no woman duly worthy until I find her duly worthy. You just open yourself up and your wallet to any and everything. Again, no woman deserves that knowledge. No woman deserves that opportunity. So we all know dudes who put on front. We all know the dudes in the neighborhood who front like they had it, but they ain't got shit. Everything's bald. It's checked out. Homeboys, I bought it, but knowing I can't afford to maintain it. We know those dudes. Come January, they rich. Come April, the car repo. They living back out in the homeless shelter because they fronted for the long as they can with what little money they had. They got the whole savings in the goddamn pocket. And that's it. We know cats like that. So we can't just sit there and say, oh, what I got in my wallet. Nah, bullshit. I know you by your conversation. That's your conversation gonna tell me everything I need to know about you. How you move, how you operate, how you live. Everything. Just like with a woman.
Shannon, you peeped his humble flex real quick in the beginning when he was talking to Darwin. You peeped it. Did you hear it?
Don't do that, Marcus. Don't do that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
When Shannon made that point, there's nuance to it. He crafted it very masterfully. He knows a woman that sits with him. A trained woman, she done counted how many cars he got in there. She's already assessed where he took her. You know, what year his ride is. She probably got the last 7 digits of his VIN number in her head. But I push back all those accomplishments and the resume that he has within his wallet, which is valid. If I have $100 million in cash, makes no difference. She coming. And she trying to get what she can get. It is masterful to show how you pop out and how you giving it up. I give that to Shannon. But at that point in the game, I gave the 2 caveats. Men of value have options. Where the majority of men that don't. I saw Sam Cassell, basketball player, pull that girl from Teen Summit. I said, golly, you look like E.T. And she looked like the second best thing to sliced bread. That's when I knew money made a difference. So I get what you're saying, Shannon. But to have those things, you still got to have bread. The accomplishments and the cards that you drop on the table, I go, ding, 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 ding. Nah, not many people can have those. Those are married, if you would agree. The majority of people at front can't front like that because it'll be spotted easy unless they scam it. But I do get the point and how masterfully you went with the allegories. That's for how it made sense. But that's my take.
All right, so Dig, I understand where Darwin and Shannon is going with it, but I still emphatically disagree, no matter how you spin it. I don't think that this is something that you should lead with ever, no matter what. I don't care what type of female you think you pushing up on. It's a no. This is something that she should find out when you've already properly vetted her and you realize that this is someone that you want to make your wife. Before that, hell no. You can't possibly discern whether she likes you or not if you flashing all of these things in it. You will lick at that point. That's just plain and simple. And you're going to get those type of results every time. You're going to have to really take your time with these women. It's not something they shouldn't know. It's not something you should hide. But to lead with it is absurd to me because you're just going to attract the wrong types of women and you won't be able to know what type of woman you're really dealing with. We know that women can present their representative for up to 2 years psychologically. So you need to understand that she has to like you for your character. She has to want to be around you. Those are going to be those relationships that are sustainable because most humans, right, are not as successful as you guys, right? So they can't use that advice because they won't have that type of money to lead with. If you are successful, I get it. And if we're only talking about successful men, it's still a bad idea because you're going to be attracting trash. Everybody wants a winner. Every single female is going to go for that. Will they stay with you? No. As soon as they get the chance, they out of here. We see how high the divorce rate is and they running off with the damn money. There's so many reasons you should never do that in the beginning. I'll let somebody else go.
Trev, real quick. Fellas, what's going on? How y'all living?
What up, B man?
What up, what up, what up, what up? It's good to be back. Good to see all your faces, man. Y'all been doing some awesome work, man, lately. I love the show. I love what you guys been doing. And I missed the clip, but I am getting a good feel for what everybody's saying, especially what Shan's been saying, Hank and Trev especially. It really resonates with me a lot. My question is, to the fellas out here, is that if you are, dating, courting, and whatever, fellas, what is the rush? That's what I want to know. What is the rush? What last I checked, men don't have to worry about ovaries, drying up of eggs and all that kind of stuff. Last I checked, we're not in a rush to hurry up and have babies because we don't know, what's gonna happen tomorrow. I mean, golly, I mean, we should be taking our time when it comes to this entire vetting process. I mean, if you're out here really looking for a wife, if you're in that space, if you're in that place in your life to where you're like, you know what, I done played a lot, I done had a lot of fun, I've enjoyed myself, but I think I'm about ready to start a family. If you're in that space, who's timing you? Who's clocking you? Last I checked, you're the king of your castle. You determine when and where shit's gonna go down and how it's gonna happen. You know, I, I I understand there's some good women out there. You might have your eye on one or two or something like that. Oh man, she might be wifey material. I don't want to miss out on her or whatever. But man, if she's for you, she's for you. Like for real. If she's really digging you, she's really for you, man. You can't be over here trying to break your neck, trying to be on a woman's time frame and her timeline. If she really wants you, if she's really, trying to be on your program, if she's really feeling you like that, she's gonna go at your pace. Especially if you have the right intentions, if you're spelling out a true plan of what you want and what you see for her and y'all's life together, and if you're working hand in hand towards a common goal. I mean, I don't understand why people are acting like they got to rush to the altar as if we're running out of women, because we damn sure ain't. So I really look at it like, fellas, take your time. I
Well,
mean,
say, hey, B man, say we
what's up?
was taking our time. Say brothers
Yeah,
was taking our time. Say
yeah.
that was the case. How
Okay.
would you expect? Do you believe that a brother that's taking his time should lead with his wallet, lead with his money, or kind of suppress all of that until for months or I guess years until he gets to know somebody?
I think you lead with what the hell with who you are as a man. I think your masculinity alone is gonna lead the way. If that truly is you and it just oozes out of your pores in your system, are you really a true leader? Do you demand? I mean, does your presence demand feminine energy to just kind of walk in lockstep with you? I think that's the question that fellas should ask themselves. Like, are you? Does that? Are you demanding that? Not are you asking for it? Not like I only need this. No, is that something? Is that a presence that you just carry? Like people naturally listen to you. If you're at work, if you're around the fellas, do people naturally listen to you? Do you naturally lead the way? Would women naturally fall in line with what you're doing? The ones that are attracted to you, the ones that you like, and the ones that you want to spend time with. Are they going for what you're selling? That's the deal. I've always looked at it like I lead with me. What I'm saying? It doesn't matter how much money we talking. I'm leading with who the hell I am. If you like me, you like me. If you don't,
So what?
you missing out, love. You
So
missing out. And
what do
that's
y'all think?
okay. What's up?
Madden, what do you think the opposite? Okay, you said I'm leading with me. Now,
Yes.
what does it look like, or what
What
do
is
you
that?
think it looks like when a man leads with his wallet?
What does it look like when a man leaves with his
Give me a
wallet?
scenario.
I
Paint
don't.
me a picture
So
of what you think
here's
that
my
is.
feeling and how I look at that. I don't think the principle of leading with your wallet is a necessarily negative thing. I think some people look at it as such or can deem it as such. I more so look at it like if you're leading with your walk, well, shit. I mean, it depends. I mean, it means something different to different people. You know, some folks might look at it, you leading like a sucker. Some folks is like you just trying to you're just trying to make it rain in front of her, you flexing like crazy. You're trying to hook her with your bread, you know. And then the other way, and kind of how I look at it in a general way, is you're leading with your normal lifestyle. Like, I eat at True Lux on the regular. Like, that's not a big deal to me. I go to Steak 48. Like, I like eating here. It's not about trying to impress your ass. It's about, I feel like eating a Wagyu steak today.
Yeah,
You
but be
know,
mad.
and
Some brothers are saying
I'm
if you were,
allowing you to come with me and enjoy that experience with me. If you don't like that shit, if that's not your vibe, or you think that's a huge deal, then you know that's a whole nother deal. That means I didn't even vet you well enough to even know if you can
but
come
be
even kick it with
Madden.
me.
Some brothers are
What's
saying
up?
you shouldn't go to the restaurant you normally eat at because she shouldn't know that information yet.
Yeah, she got to be a wife or worthy to
You
go.
gotta find out who she is before you go eat where you normally eat and drive the car you normally drive. And
Take her to some average the restaurant the average
Well,
guys.
that will
Which
come.
which one of
I
y'all
look at it
said that
like
though?
this. I look at it like this. That's not all
We
right.
trying to get
We're not
context
going to
now.
we're not going to State 48 day one. Okay, let me get that straight. Let me clean that up. I appreciate you, bringing that up, Shan. That's not my first move. Hey, let's go to True Lux and get some king crab. Like, that's not my first thought. Is let's do that. My first thought is I want to go somewhere to where it's quiet enough. It's not enough like noise and action and DJ and booties twerking and hookah smoke. I'm trying to get away from that. If I'm trying to hear a conversation and really engage with and get an idea of who you are as a person, that it might be more so of a coffee date. It might be more so of I've done work dates, like literally, like we go somewhere where they got lunch and stuff and we have our laptops and we're there working and we're talking and we're getting to know each other a little bit. You know what I'm
Can
saying?
we
Like,
be
I want to get like an actual real sense and feel of an idea of who you are, like what you're about, who you are as a person, what your principles are. And then I can, decide if I want to make it more of a casual setting or more of an outing or more of a high-end kind of feel based on who you are and what
can
you
we
got going on.
Be mad,
can we
but
be honest, yo? Like, y'all know what we saying when we saying leading with your money, man. Leading with your wallet. Y'all got all philosophical on it. Shannon, I know you jotted that joint down. Hey, I thought we was preaching in a second, man. You was killing it. But let's keep it real. We know what we mean when we saying leading with your wallet. You know that dude, that baby, I can buy you this, I can do this. You know what I mean? When you're presenting your money because you have nothing else. I'm not talking about
Right.
the whole, you know what I mean, like philosophical, yeah, because of who I represent. I mean, it's your reputation. I get what you're saying, Shannon. You know what I'm saying? But like, your rep is going to speak for itself. The man is going to speak for himself when he walk in a room. But we talking about those cats that is their game. Baby, you ain't got to do this. And the one trying to buy the strip off the pole, tell her she ain't got to do this no more. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
The reason I get philosophical with you though, Law, and because I do a show on, I did a show on this, lead with your wallet, and so the reason I get philosophical is because if it's just lead with your money, it's a universal no.
Right.
Ain't no brother.
Right.
Even the ones that's tricking. I mean, you got the old school phrase that it ain't tricking if you got it, but that's only a few pimps from back in the day. Right now, everybody gonna say no when it comes to leading with your money. But because I'm all about building better men and men becoming more than who they think they are, one, and you already know I feel who's the prize, right? So I want men to understand the power that they have in a relationship, and whenever you accomplish something in life, whenever in my fraternity, Kappa Alpha Psi, the best fraternity in the world, by the way, Marcus and B Madden, it's achievement in every field of human endeavor. That's our motto since 1911. And so it's if you're gonna achieve in every field of human endeavor, that's relationships, business, scholastics, career, like, you know, health, everything. If you're going to achieve and become the best that you can possibly be in every field that a human can endeavor in, then why this one, don't you dare suppress that. Don't suppress that to make sure there ain't nobody trying. I mean, guard it. Make sure that you don't get it stolen. Make sure somebody don't take it from you. But also be proud of who you become. Don't dim your light to make sure there ain't nobody that because you might be around a whole bunch of other dim ass lights that you don't want to shine. Fuck that. And if you get around other people who shining like you, it's just that simple. So the reason why I get philosophical with the lead your wallet, I know that people typically mean the money thing when we first brought it up. I know that that's what each and every one of you brothers meant. I wanted to go a step further to say, listen, let's be clear about wallet and money. Because us men, we so clear when it comes to these women. We expect these women, oh, you know, you want a partnership or you want to be my wife? You know, we get so fucking, we always nitpicking and talk about semantics when it's on them. We got to do that shit too. We can't hold women to a certain standard and then fall short when it comes to, oh, well, you know what you mean. No, let's say what we mean. And so when people ask me, are you leading with your wallet? I want to be clear what we're talking about when we talk about a wallet. It's more than money. It's not lead with my money. Do I lead with my credit card? Do I lead with my checking account? Or do I lead with the cash in my pocket? Or do I lead with my wallet, which holds my entire life and everything I've become? Yes, I do.
Amen.
That's just all I'm saying.
And a lot
don't
of
be mad. Let me
up.
add one in there and you can have it.
Go ahead.
And I will say this, fellas, listening. If the outcome, now we're talking about outcomes. If the outcomes you desire is to get your rocks off and keep it moving, don't leave with no fucking character or none of that bullshit. Don't try to put on that because all you're doing is putting on that you selling this woman something that she can't consistently get. Whatever. Go ahead and pull out whatever you got to pull out and keep it moving, bro. It ain't nothing wrong with going in your wallet and pulling out some dead presidents and keeping it moving, bro. Don't even worry about the character. Don't worry about the personality. None of that shit. If it's just worry about whether it's wet and you got some protection.
And for clarity, Law, and I like what you added in there, Darwin. For clarity, too, Law, is that I started off saying if you're in a place in your life and you're looking for a wife, you're looking to settle down. Now, if you're still outside, you're still playing or whatever, you're going to have guys, you're going to trick, you're going to have fun, you're going to be outside. You know what I'm saying? If you got, females around and you're just trying to have a good time, yeah, let's get the bottle service. Yeah, let's get the hookahs. Let's get all the things. You swiping that American Express Platinum, you're doing whatever. You're like, you don't have to suppress anything. You just moving, doing you. And the ladies that's around are doing the same thing. So we all know why we're here. So let's have a good time if that's what you're on. But what I was speaking on earlier and getting specific about, that's if you're looking for a wife.
Let me go ahead and play this clip, man. Go ahead and react to it. You want to say something, Kenny?
No, the last time that coffee date word came up here, my man Hank was in the hall. His goose almost got cooked.
All right. Here we go.
There was a couple of instances, various Facebook statuses that went viral. So many that I can't name. What is the last one that you recall going viral? Do you remember what you said in that status?
What was the last one? It's always something going on with me. You talking about when I left my husband?
Yes.
Because I did get married after my baby daddy. So yes, I left my husband. So when I met my husband, because I'm the type of woman, you're gonna know who I am up front. That's why I say all this on the internet, because this is what it is. At least I'm being real. You know what I'm saying? He knew what it was up front.
Right.
He ended up going broke. I have expectations. When you don't meet my expectations, I move the hell on.
So you left your husband because he went through a little financial struggle.
And did.
At any point in time, did you feel that love should have kept you there? We good, bro?
I feel like he didn't love me because if he did, he wouldn't have went through a financial struggle. A man that loves a woman don't go through hard times.
I don't think that any man predicts or plans to have a financial struggle.
They make a way.
So what would you have him do if his job laid him off? What
I mean, I don't care what he did, but he should have made a way. I shouldn't have had to
You
touch
should make
no
a
bill.
way to the bus station. Greyhound. Metro. Any chartered bus line. And head to the apartment complex. Gentlemen, I done sent this woman to the apartment. We're going to send her to the projects now. We're going to send her to Section 8. Ma'am, whatever happened to love? Whatever happened to us building, us growing, us being something together? Whatever happened to have and to hold in sickness and in health? You took those vows. How can something like a piece of paper with dye on it, colored green, can make you change your vows unto God?
You can't live a good life without that piece of paper, so let's not downplay it. That piece of paper is important.
By the powers invested in me, I betrothed this woman. Recreational use only.
Bet you that dude led with his wallet.
Yeah, I bet you did too. I appreciate her though. I really appreciate her. Anytime you get a woman that's gonna tell you flat out exactly who she is, you need to be thankful that you ran into her. One,
amen.
Setting them expectations from the very beginning. And if you foolish enough to continue dating her, if you are foolish enough to continue dating her, whatever happens is on you at that point. The hard part when people talk about people switching up and becoming somebody else and all of that, that's more of a danger than what this lady is. She was real clear. And that's why when you set expectations for people, they have to be something you can manage, rain, sleet, hail, or snow. And if you set the expectation that, hey, I got it now, it may come a time where I don't have it. Is we still gonna be thick as thieves when this shit go down? Then you have a high chance. But if she got an expectation that you always gonna be able to take her to every place you could take her to every vacation, that you always gonna be this, bro. When times get rough, your damn relationship is related to the stock market. You watching the news for seeing how your family gonna be. The Dow crash, you might lose everything, your wife, your kids, and your car. Hell no, I'm not dating that type of woman.
So is it safe to say that most of the people on this panel, your resources depend on the stock market?
What I'm saying is your net worth can change.
No.
Bro, it's for your net worth can change. You can get fired from your job. You can get sued. Matter of fact, you seen Catch Me If You Can? You seen that movie?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was real good. Yeah.
The father was a successful business owner, member of the Rotary Club. Everything was going well. The IRS got to him. You can't cheat death and taxes. The IRS got to him, bankrupted the man, and changed his standard of living. That woman left him and went to the president of the Rotary Club like a week or two later. But that's the result from dating people with that mind frame.
Yeah, you don't think the guys who actually choose women, the guys that recognize these outcomes, let me rephrase that. The guys who choose women that, they agree to be with you for those type of circumstances. You don't think that those guys know that if they lose it all, they actually lose the woman too?
Nah, they don't.
No,
I don't think they do.
I don't think so.
I think those guys are delusional from jump. Because for you to date somebody like that who tells you what it is up front, which is a blessing, like you said, she's really not wifey material for anybody.
Okay, let me rephrase.
It's really a trick. So
Phase out of love. Shout out to the brother. He's a good comedian. But the dude is not all that charming for women. So you mean to tell me that if this guy gets a woman like a supermodel, and he obviously got her for his fucking money and success, you're telling me that he don't expect that woman to walk out on him if he go broke?
No, some
Not
guys. Listen,
necessarily.
Darwin.
That
Some
I'm
guys.
not crazy about that example.
Listen, some guys, Darwin, are as delusional as women. You know, when you ask a girl, rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, fresh face out the shower, no makeup, and you can't use 7, and all of them say 10, and they really believe that. There's some guys out there, as ugly as he is, as undesirable as he is, and as wealthy as he is, he think that she really love him for him. Some women can make men feel that way. You know, love makes us go, you know, my pastor used to say, women to drive you to drink and then call you a drunk. So the way love works on the human psyche is a trip, man. It'll have you really in la la land. And you know, while me and Hink may disagree with this lead with the wallet position, me and Hink are lockstep with them. I'm glad that these women out here saying this shit so we can know who to fucking avoid. You know, like my man just said, you know, when these women are out here saying, like Marcus just said, when these women out here just professing and saying it right off the rip, then you should know, you knew the job was dangerous when you took it. How many times we watched that cartoon? You know, was that Popeye, I think? So the guys that get into the relationships with this woman, there's a lot of dudes, Darwin, that think that he's gonna change her. You know, we always talk about women think she's gonna change her man. She's gonna get with him and she's gonna pour into him and clean him up and all this, and he gonna change. And then he ends up cheating or leaving or whatever, and he just becomes who he's always been. A lot of guys think that they can get with a woman and he's gonna change her. I know she likes me for my bread, but you know, we gonna be so in love over some time that if I ever get, you know, down on my luck or I get down and out, she ain't going nowhere because that's my, you know, we've been in lockstep. Shit, like this woman here said, I showed you who she said he knew who I was before we started.
She lied.
And you're asking, did he really believe that she was lying? Yes, he did. He thought that she was gonna change. There's some dudes that, you know, we ain't got it all together. We got shit to do too, and we got a lot of men that we got to fix. And those kind of dudes is one of them.
She lied. She went on that show and sensationalized the story. She did not leave with that representative.
I was gonna say that too, but I'm trying to go with the story. I believe you, Kenny. we know damn well if we got his side of the story, it'll be what you're getting ready to say. Go ahead, Kenny.
I can't see too many men worth their salt would sign on and agree to that contract right there. A woman that comes in your face and bluntly says, if you fall on any hard times or you can't keep me kept, I'm going to leave you in 30 seconds. What sounds correct about that statement? That he knew that I was this type of woman. A woman never leaves with that nefarious type of behavior if she wants to get in the good graces of a man. She's not an ugly woman.
So are y'all saying when men make more, the more money men make, that they think that their attraction elevates with it? Because if that's the case, I need to make some content.
He looked like E.T.
I need to make a whole playlist on my channel specifically dedicated to men's delusion on their attraction meeting the same level of income or whatever.
I mean, a man's attraction from women is usually based on his status and income. They don't really care how sexy we are. You know what I'm saying? It's usually based on your status and your income.
I'm talking
what
about
you can
attraction.
provide.
See, this is what I'm in context. I'm talking about attraction that doesn't require money. I'm talking about that kind of attraction. Oh, you look good. Like you have a jawline, you have the height, you have the six pack, you have the shape,
and that's what I'm saying. That doesn't really matter when
structure that she's appealing to. I'm not talking about that kind of attraction.
But you're changing the whole dynamic of the argument.
No, law that matters.
No, I'm not.
That shit matters. What Darwin's saying, that matters.
I swear I'm not.
D. Madden, you could be a good looking man, the 6 foot, this, that, jawline, like the old Superman.
I had the same argument with Anton Daniels.
With a little bang.
I had the same argument with Anton Daniels, and we talked about how he was able to find him one woman, Rita, when he met Rita as his wife. And he met her when she was young. He was able to stay loyal, stay faithful, and not stray out, from or do something wrong. And I was like, man, well, me and you were two different people. I was a ball player. I was an athlete, student athlete. I mean, I had women coming out. I was 6'3". As an 18-year-old. Have women coming left and right. I'm, you know what I'm saying? I'm physically fit. You know what I'm saying? All these things. If you had all those things, it would be a different story for you. You have to fight off a lot of lust, and I mean not lust, but a lot of temptation, so to speak.
But no one
You know what I'm
disagreed in
saying?
that. But with money and looks, you don't have to look good. As long as you're sitting on a stack of money, I dare to say that man could get more women and more volume than you.
I'm not arguing. That's not the point I'm arguing.
I
So
think
that's why I stated that. That's why.
Are though, because
No.
what we saying is when it comes to a man's status and money, that overwhelms his physical, right? You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times it doesn't. Women are usually not even attracted to most. Like, what is it? A 2 out of 10 men that they see they may be attracted to physically. You know what I mean? That's not the most important. I think is what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
I
think
get it. I understand exactly what y'all saying.
I think they're thinking about security. Like they're talking about security at the end of the day when it comes to the amount of money and stacks that guy's sitting on who's not very attractive. That's what that sounds like. She's like, "Ooh, I got me a trick or I got somebody that is gonna have me no matter what I do." Because what they end up doing at the end of the day is they end up cheating with those dudes that they're attracted to. Is what ends up happening.
Different.
They end up cheating with them while they're with them,
but that's
or
a different
with.
caveat. We're saying,
I mean, but you're talking about they want to be with them because they got the money. I mean, yeah, you gotta remember women talking code too. Women talking code, just like you were saying, old girl wasn't being as upfront as she was being upfront on that podcast. I bet you when she was talking to that guy, she wasn't being as clear and concise as she was on there because she didn't give a damn no more. Women don't care. When they're amongst their friends, they're very direct in their communication. But when they're in front of a man or someone that is infatuated with them and all that kind of shit, they're on assignment. They're going to say what's necessary, but there are signs. They speak in code. They speak physically. They speak in other ways to let you know she really ain't that into you, bro. She's really not.
Because if you watch Shara 7, she give thousands of women a game day in and day out on women who dating unattractive men that has a lot of money. I'm telling you, bro, like I really actually need to make some of this content to expose to men that if you're actually thinking that your attraction aside from your status and money isn't important,
it's not.
My God.
Oh God. Come on, Kenny.
Oh my God.
Come on, Kenny.
Off on that one.
Can I name a couple? I named one. I said Sam Cassell, Chris Rock. He's not a handsome man, but he gets his pick of the litter.
It's different though. It's different. You gotta understand these women.
Why is it different, B Madden?
You gotta understand some of these women, but there's other things that make them handsome. Of course, the money and the fame and all that. But hold on. But you know, you're talking about comedians, man. If you can make a girl laugh, man, that'll sit up and make her all gushy and wet, man. Come on, you can make her laugh. You have personality. There's certain things that make her attracted to you, especially if you're dating. Like, there's obviously other things she likes about you, just besides the money and all that. Like, there's other attributes for her saying, I'm gonna put all my eggs in this basket, especially if she's that bad. She can really go get what she wants.
Yeah, but I think you're making Kenny's point. I think you and Darwin are making Kenny's point when you guys say, see, you guys are speaking specifically on, it sounded like that, B Madden and Darwin, that you guys are speaking specifically on physical looks. That's what it sounded like. Now, maybe I'm off. But if you're going to also say, in addition to the looks, there's charisma, there's
that's what I'm getting
humor.
At, yeah.
You know, does he have a sense of humor? Does he make me? Because you hear women say that all the time. If he can make me laugh, he could look like a cricket, but he makes me laugh. You know, if it's also the fact that he's confident. You know, he may not be the best looking, but he talks like he is, and he moves like he is, and he stands with his chest out and his shoulders back, and he stands tall. And even though he's not tall physically, you know. We understand that, but then that's also like currency to a degree.
Right.
Now, if you sans all of that and the money, and you saying looks And it sounded like, Darwin, that you were talking about looks.
Talking about an image, I'm saying that it's important. Your image is important. The way you groom, the way you take care of your health, your nutrition, all those things that make you physically attractive are important to women.
I think that's what threw us off with Kenny, was that we
But the
agree
thing
with
about
that is
Kenny,
important, but he
perhaps-
was saying, no, that's not. I
Perhaps,
think that's where you got me.
those who say no, that is not important, maybe they haven't tapped into that side of the game because maybe that's something they lack. And I can kind of understand if you don't have the attraction, you may not be able to witness or experience how to leverage it to even validate whether that's important.
Darwin, stop. Quit while
Respectfully.
you're ahead.
No, I'm not.
Before
Listen.
your toaster
By any means, I'm not.
quit.
That's strike two.
The discussion was going so well. Remember, you still playing checkers. Be nice.
Strike two, Bruce. Don't do it again.
Bruce said, ugly niggas don't understand. Just say it with your chest, Bruce. Ugly niggas don't know what I'm talking about. So
no, I'm not gonna say that because I don't want to disrespect anybody.
I don't see an ugly man up here, and I done had my share of women. So where you going?
Yeah, I'm not gonna call a man ugly. I'm just what I said is what I said. I mean, I honestly don't think,
Bruiser, there's not an ugly man up here. So
I didn't say you were, brother. You know,
so
I'm not listening.
You don't play that game good.
Shannon ain't
double
shit.
Dutch, double Dutch is for girls.
Why I premise my statement with the word perhaps.
Darwin, double Dutch is for girls.
Shan wrong as hell for this.
Braden, Dolly here. There's only one male model
You
up
run
here.
away like you did. Well, you ain't
There's only
shit,
one
Shannon.
man that gets paid to model up here. Shout out to him.
Shout out to D-Man.
I got paid to model too, by the way.
I got offered a contract. I didn't take it because I didn't want
to. That's like the women getting engaged too, brother. We ain't trying to hear that bullshit.
I don't know if y'all remember Model Mayhem. Y'all might be too young for that.
Gooch, I got your back, Gooch.
I am
I
not
got
too
your
young
back.
for
I
that.
ain't gonna let him jump you.
No, I'm fine.
Actually, I still got a
fine.
profile on there, I think.
But here's the thing. Your brain circuits will overload by the game I done put on females if I chose to do it. You understand? Because I know what females want that money can't buy. And I've been there and I've done that. I have actually a couple fine women watching this right now that are good friends of mine that, you know, we dated here and there. They're like midgets.
So Kenny, are you going against your point? Because you're saying that money can't buy. So what
I'm
do
not.
you mean?
I'm not. I'm directing
because
it.
that's what we were talking about.
No, be mad. All due respect,
Okay.
I'm directing it and then getting back to the conversation. So now, you're that man, 6 foot, 6 figures, look good. Yes, you do have your.
Wait. I'm more than 6 foot, bro. Don't do that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm definitely
So be
more than
mad
6
to that
foot. Cool.
discussion. If let me just think about it. The F1
I
car
was 6
driver.
foot in 7th grade, bro.
Okay, so let's make the comparison since he think he Big Willie. Cristiano Ronaldo comes in here. You think Bruiser get any of his women?
Yeah, who women?
Cristiano Ronaldo. He got the bank and he looks good.
You telling
think
yourself
Bruiser
that's what you
get
look up
any
to?
of the women?
All the niggas you.
No, he's don't be like that. You know he's talking about class.
Hi.
Listen,
Oh,
the
okay, I ain't
reality
gonna knock.
Kenny wants to. Kenny's getting ready. He's ready for blood. He wants to go to
No,
war.
actually, I don't. Shannon, I've been quite good tonight, but keep poking the bear.
So no,
you
listen.
owing like
Here's the reality.
like 8 for October, bro.
This.
You need to chill out.
What Kenny is saying is this, gentlemen. Listen, when your money, if no matter, you could be 6 foot 7, you can have all of this, all of that. You could have a 6-pack. You can be, be the hands. You could be an Adonis. But if you are broke Adonis, if you are Adonis that's always worrying about money, or you're getting pink slips and you robbing Peter to pay Paul, you paying certain bills with credit cards, You know, if you that type dude that move financially reckless and you just out, then women once they get past all the looks, once the sex is already faded away and that's not important anymore, that money matters. And that matters to a lot of women. And we can look at a lot. And since we use celebrities as a way to discuss on a microcosm, a bigger picture, we don't even need to bring up no names. You guys already know that there's a whole lot of rich folk that when it went belly up, their women was gone. Now, here's the flip side. People like who got their women when they had nothing. She'll stick around when she'll go up and down the roller coaster with you. I think you mentioned Anton. Anton been locked in with his woman for going, I think, over 20 years at this point. So he met her. He was in the trenches with her. So whether Anton is up on the top of the mountain or he's down low, he's gonna be solid with Rita. So when it comes to somebody who was up and then met somebody while he was up, it's really hard to say that these women is going, because it's a gamble, man. I mean, dating is it's like going to Vegas at this point, and you really don't know who the fuck you fucking with, especially today. So I know we can do all the vetting. That's why you got to bring that wallet. I know we can do all the vetting, and we can, you can go having a dossier fucking investigation ran up on her and see how it is. But goddamn Tyrese is going through it with a woman that woke up one day and said, I'm not happy. I want to be gone with fucking Tyrese. So you got to be careful when you say the looks that looks matter as much as you guys are putting on it when it comes to women. Women need more. Security matters. I think, in my personal opinion, it is good looking as I am, more to women than the physical in the long run. They may want to smash a good looking dude. You can get all the pussy you want if you find, but if you ain't got the bread and the longevity and the history behind that bread and the proclivity to get it back when you lose it, like right away, then you're gonna dry that pussy right up and she's gonna be gone.
I don't think anybody in their right mind on this panel can disagree with what Shan just said.
I think I'm gonna disagree.
You can't. No, hold on, White. There's no way you can disagree with that point in the sense of.
I know Marcus gonna disagree.
Yeah, he gonna find a way to disagree. Marcus, I love it though. I love the banter. But like, let's just be real. Like, women want it all. You want everything. You know what I'm saying? Let's just stop with is it the looks, or is it the money, or is it the D? Is it the attention? It's always something. It's always going to be something. Like, they want it all. So you got to have the money. You got to keep yourself in shape or look as good as you possibly can for yourself. You got to be competent, and then you got to be tuned in to her some way, shape, or form. So, because if not, she's going to feel neglected, and then she's going to be looking somewhere else. If your money get low, she's going to be looking somewhere else. If you can't put the D down no more, she's going to be looking somewhere else. It's always going to be something that you're lacking, that she's going to be looking. You brought up pot belly,
and you get that neck
somewhere
beard.
else. Anybody with a six pack all of a sudden look good as hell. You know what I'm saying? Because it's something that she don't have right now, and she wants something she ain't got. That's just normal. That's normal. So let's just put that to rest.
Okay, so why are we acting like homosexuals don't exist? It's niggas who literally live just slanging dick and being with women. And then hold on, and then
why you gotta go there, Marcus?
No, I'm just saying. But look, Shannon. And then
Marcus, I know you used to nick him down. I know you.
No, I'm not talking about myself. I'm about to give you some examples. I'm gonna give you some examples. What's buddy who was Jeremy Meeks? You know who that is?
Yeah, Felon Bay.
Felon Bay, yeah, they got in jail. They came and he married to a billionaire, I think, right now.
No, they broke up. She left him.
Did he get a divorce settlement?
Nope. She had a lactate. What do you call it? She gave him a little something to go off, but he's still, he's not what he used to be.
Oh, okay.
But anyway, let's say that they were together. I want to get your point. Go ahead.
So, no, my point was that the fact that my previous point before is that money is not directly attached to masculinity. So nowadays, women can have money as well, and based on that, some of them will forego finances with men in order to get all the other intangibles back. To be Madden point about masculinity, Nicki Minaj, masculinity can stand in the gap for what they don't have financially, depending on the woman's financial success, because they
That's
are
true. That's
Yeah.
true. But don't use Nicki Minaj because you're
But-
talking about somebody who was with her when she was broke herself. See, show
True.
me a woman who is up that married a broke dude and she met him first time broke. You can't come up with a name.
Jay Electronica.
Who? Jay Electronica.
But he was rapping then though. He was rapping.
He was broke. Remember he said, "I'm out here homeless, riding on the train back and forth a pizza without even a single slice of pizza to my name."
That is true, but his record was
That's like
on the
daylight. I mean,
radio.
it's
But
like,
his record
yeah.
was on the radio,
Nigga,
Marcus. Come on.
Yeah,
That's
show me
status.
somebody.
That's
Yeah, don't give me the De La Soul or the Tribe Called Quest story, or you know what? I had a record out, but I was sleeping on. Don't tell me about KRS-One story. Tell me a situation where a woman is up and she met a broke dude and she fell in love with him. People say Nicki Minaj. I say, well, wait a minute. Nicki Minaj, that was her high school sweetheart. They were
Mary
both.
J. Blige.
He was a manager.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was a manager. He was a manager.
It doesn't happen. The point is, we're trying to. The point that Kenny and I think me is trying to say is that money matters to women, man. Security matters to them. They'll take a potbelly dude with bread before they take the
fat
6-pack.
dude, yeah.
They'll take that before, and I
we
get it.
We didn't argue
You
against that,
6'3", good looking Darwin basketball playing Marcuses out there. I get it because you guys can knock them down and get them quick. We know that you can get pussy fast.
All
We're
we're saying is attention aside
can
from
you
your money.
maintain that woman long term, and have no money. Now the thing is, this is all
Long term is tough.
because people like Darwin ain't gonna never go broke. People like Marcus ain't gonna never go broke. So it's almost like we're arguing just theory here.
Semantics.
Yeah, well, not semantics, but theory.
Okay,
Like
yeah.
I don't, I guess, but we'll never know because y'all ain't gonna never be that dude. But if you know somebody like that, I bet his wife is out.
All right, so and then men with money wife be out too. So it really ain't, you know what I'm saying?
That's why I said it's a fucking relationships is like going to Vegas with women. It's really a gamble. It really. I know that we think that we know better. I know that we think that not my wife, not my woman. Shit, my woman ain't going nowhere until your woman's gone. People getting divorces after 30 years. That's which is crazy to me, but it's happening.
So let's do this, Shannon. And B Madden might be able to back me on this. The model.
Stand on your own.
So
try that for one time in your life.
Pacify yourself. So look, here's the thing. Let's say you're an attractive guy. You got money. Guy A, he's attractive already without his money, but he happens to get money. Guy B is not attractive at all. He has to wear labels and all these other shit. Boots on ground type of guy. And he happens to get money. Now, let's say these guys get a woman off of the current status. Both lose money. Which one of these guys, A or B, has a higher chance of retaining this woman after he loses his assets?
The good looking one has a better chance of retaining.
And that's all I was trying to argue. Thank you.
Okay. I'm glad you used me for an example. Mom jeans. You understand?
Use who as example?
What I said still stands. And Shannon pretty much made another case, showed a different caveat of it. Your athletic prowess has a timestamp on it. So did his up top. You understand? Most men with money tend not to lose money. They accrue greater wealth. They're appreciating time. Guess what? I doubt that you have the savvy. I think certain things were put in place with you so you don't mess it up. And you have the necessary people around you to slap your hand if you try to do it. Those other men, those women will go back, because if those women are like the woman on the couch, they like a certain lifestyle. You can't provide it. She'll eventually say, you know what? It was fun while it lasted. I had a good run. I'm going home to daddy. And guess what? That double door, the big one, it'll be wide open. He'll accept the end. And guess where you'll be? Park bench, sipping Ripple. I digress.
Is that
These conversations
is
are always
Ripple? Is
cool.
you mean Snapple? You
I mean,
mean Snapple?
a
No,
lot of
I
I
said
that
what I said.
motherfucker with some
Ripple,
vodka.
go look it up.
Huh?
Hey, let me go ahead and play this clip, man.
All right,
Yeah,
that's
let's
What do you
move
think
on.
about?
Let's move
I know
on.
there was a rumor that they were saying that you stopped messing with him at one point because of 50-50. Is there water? Where did the water go? What? What is the question? The who? 50-50. Remember they were saying that you said he was cheap, or they were saying that you weren't.
Oh, the splitting the bills.
The splitting 50-50, yeah, the 50-50
Yeah.
rumor. What was the tea on that?
Yeah, do I look like anybody that would split anything?
So you guys broke up at that point because
No, this is the question. Do I look like I would go 50-50 on bills?
No.
Okay. So yeah, that was ridiculous. But he addressed that too though. That was, I don't even know why that even became a thing.
Oh.
Yeah, that was never an issue in our relationship, but it was definitely a rumor on the internet. But no, there's no bill splitting. But I think that to each his own. If people like to split their bills with their man, I think that that's what you should do. I don't do that.
Yeah. So look, I want to jump on that real quick because we have it happen all the time on the show, right? She's already out there wishing she's on another podcast wishing she said that different already. That was what, 2 days ago, maybe a day. She's already, and they get on there, they run their mouth, they look and see how stupid they sound, and now they want to retract it. That's why we have a statement beforehand, letting them know whatever you say, stand on it, because we will not take anything down. If you can't handle the comments, stay out of them, because it's gonna make you look like a fool when you get up there, say something that makes you look as stupid as you sound. So yeah, she knew what it was. She sounded stupid. Like, yeah.
I love it, man. You know, I went to an event that Usher did out here in LA, because Usher, he took that roller skating thing to another level, and now he takes it around the country. Mm-hmm. And he brought his roller skating thing here to LA, and she pulled up at the roller skating event. So we was out there roller skating. And I was thinking to myself, you know, the thing is the internet makes women look a lot better than they actually are in person. That's one. That you know, I'm not saying she's a pretty girl. I'm not talking about her, but it just made me, for whatever reason, that made me say that. But here's the thing. She used to date, like before she got with the football player. What's buddy's name? Kelsey.
Travis Kelce.
Yeah, she was
She
dating
was with Iman
Shumpert.
Shumpert. Yeah,
she was with
Shumpert.
Iman.
Yeah,
and you know she had a little beef with
Tiana.
With Tiana, because after she broke up with Iman, and this is after she broke up with Iman, Tiana got with Iman, and then when Tiana did that music video with Kanye, yep, she dressed like Tiana to a Halloween party
for Halloween. Yep, she did.
Right? She dressed
trolling
like
hell. Trolling.
And everybody was like, "Oh, you know, Tiana, why are you acting like that?" And Tiana was like, "No, you don't know her. If you know her, she was hating. She was sneak dissing." And so right now she's on this podcast speaking about 50-50. She's like, "Do I look like I would go 50-50?" Because she's addressing the rumor that that's the reason why they broke up. And she was basically saying, "No, he took care of everything and we didn't go 50-50." But once again, let these ladies talk. Let them talk. See, if you guys watch the clip with Killer and Mace, they was talking about what she said, and he was just like, "Now you're ugly." See, listening to you speak like that, you're ugly. It doesn't matter how pretty you are on the outside, you're ugly. Because there would be no, and I don't know that she realized that she just put a nail in her dating coffin. If she might as well start looking at the guys that live in the same complex that she lives in. Start looking at the average dude, because anybody that with means is going to treat that as recreational only.
Mm-hmm.
So
1000%.
You know, but for the conversation, for the sake of the conversation, and I like to hear what you brothers think about this, is that there's a lot of women out there who demand from you to not go 50-50. Yet she's not necessarily traditional, but she ain't spending none of her bread. Just like the woman that we saw in the last segment that we just talked about. She ain't spending, her money is her money and your money is y'all's money. You know, and if she's fine enough, we're supposed to just accept that. Shit. Not necessarily me, not necessarily y'all. It shouldn't be anybody like that. And this is regardless if you lead with your wallet or not. Do you open it up to women like her? Hell no, in my personal opinion.
You know what? I think, you know, kind of like what Shan said, I think that she disqualified herself from her future husband. A lot of men that might have been interested in her, whether they were other athletes or other entertainers or people in the realm that she would be interested in dating seriously, I think she just sat up there and disqualified herself by talking too damn much. And honestly, you know, I love it. I want them to talk. I want them to talk as much as possible because I want to get a feel for your personality. I want to get a feel for who the fuck you are, what type of person you are, what type of values you have, like what kind of heart you have or don't have, you know, how you carry yourself, what type of life you live on your own besides the kept life that's being furnished to you by other athletes or entertainers or what have you. I like to get a feel for who these people are sometimes, especially if they're attractive enough in my eyes. I want to know more. And when she got up there and sat up there on Angela Reese's podcast and talked all that shit, I was good on that. Like even if I personally was interested, I was like, nope, disqualified. Just like Shan said, you know, recreational use only. She can come to the party, she can come to the event, she can come this and that, she can come to the crib, you know, but she ain't nobody wiping her. Yeah, she can come to the freak off. She can bring the baby oil and all that. But yeah, she no.
Makeup don't low. Makeup lowered the price.
She can't do nothing else.
Makeup lowered the price on beautiful women because now everybody kind of got the same aesthetic via makeup. So she don't, even if she was exceptionally pretty, she looked like everybody else. Like, it's nothing exceptional about her based off of the fact that people can buy that look with makeup. So she gonna have to renegotiate or boycott or stage a woman's boycott to stop other women from wearing that shit so you can stand out because everybody pretty much look the same.
Yeah, but her attitude made her look ugly though.
Oh yeah, she ugly as fuck. But
her attitude made her look ugly, along with that, what you're saying as well too. That's what's making her undesirable. It's her mouth, it's her heart, it's her mindset. You know, so unfortunately.
But be mad. I'm saying that there was a point in time where some women might have looked good enough that they could have made these demands and talk reckless like this, and somebody would have took them on like, damn, Joe, she just fine like that. Right now,
no, that was my era. That's my that's the reason why.
No, it was
the time. Shit, everybody that's 50 and older, we were told, we were sold that. Marcus, I'm telling y'all, I was the president of the Simps Club, and we were told to accept that. Oh, she's baddie, or she's a boss, and okay, that's what we want, and all this other kind, this that. So yeah, there was an era. It was my era. I'm glad that you young guys under 50, anybody under 50 years old, I am glad that you guys ain't falling for the bullshit that we fell for the brothers that's 50 years and older.
You know what? Women always
say. You was the president, though. Not you said you was the president, Shan. You kind of killed me. We got me with that one, man.
You know what women always say? They love a good listener. Having a conversation with a female is extremely easy. You don't really have to do much talking. All you got to do is respond a little bit here and there, and they're going to tell you every single thing you need to know. Men just have to understand that boasting about yourself, bragging about yourself, they're not going to be so impressed with that. Don't talk about yourself. Just go ahead and be mysterious. The woman's going to like you, and then you listen to her. The woman's going to like you. Win-win. Let them tell you everything that they got to tell you. Keep it coming. I love that she said what she said. And Law, the only reason I think that she's flipping the script right now is because of the backlash. If people would have received it well, like she probably thought it was gonna go. She thought she was looking hella cute, and I know my worth, and it didn't really pan out that way. And it's not, because men are becoming smarter, and men are actually turned off by women like this, and actually repulsed by women like this. At this point, it's nasty, and it just displays the sense of entitlement that these females have, that they feel like you are supposed to support them based on their mere existence. She's not the type that's going to rub your feet when you come home. She ain't doing that. She's not gonna give you no massages. She ain't trying to wipe you down when you get back to the crib as soon as you come home. She ain't doing all that. What she's trying to do is just benefit just because she feel like she looks cute. That's the sense of entitlement that a lot of these women have today. And men, we have to reject it. Get that shit out of here. Matumbo that shit. Get these females that are behaving like this the hell out of the market. Let them fail. But at least now they're silly enough to let you know who they are. You're only making it easier for us. Let these women talk, find out exactly who they are. And when they start to show their faces and they look like that, leave them the hell alone.
I have a
Okay,
question.
Trav.
I have a
To
question.
be
I have a
perceived
real
as
fast. I have a
someone
real
yelling
fast
at
question.
cars.
I have a real fast question for the panel. Who is she? Like, what does she do? Like we know she used to date Travis Kelce, and we know she used to date Iman
Socialite.
Shumpert.
She's
But
a socialite.
who is she? What is she?
No,
What's her
socialite.
business? What does she do?
Just like Kim K. She's a socialite. She don't really have any
She-
talent. You don't
She
have
was
to
Why
have
is she?
quiet on
Why
the
is she a
scene when she was
socialite?
dating
Because of
Iman.
because
When
of who she was
Kelsey won
fucking.
the
That's
Super
why
Bowl.
we know who she is.
No, she became popular. She was quiet on the scene when she was dating Iman, just a socialite.
Yeah, we
just,
didn't even know. We didn't even know who she was when
we
she
didn't
was
know who she
dating
was, but
Iman.
the reason
Yeah,
why she popped up is because when Kelsey won the Super Bowl, she ran out there and hugged him on the screen, and he smacked her ass in those red leather shorts.
right. I
And
remember
it was
that.
all-
I remember that.
Remember that video? That's what made her
Yeah.
popular.
So
Right.
And
but-
of course,
but-
she was
but-
the
but-
black
but-
girl.
Yes.
But
So
why is she on the podcast now? Why is she doing this circuit as if she's got a business or something to promote? Like, what is she doing now? She's been broken up with Travis for a while now. He's been with Taylor Swift for a minute now. So why
Be
is she
Madden.
irrelevant?
Be Madden. She's fishing.
But why? I mean, like, but who? Like, okay.
Be Madden. Come on, man. You in that
No.
industry.
I understand. No,
It was
you're
a
not
rapper
hearing
the
me,
other
Kenny.
day, yo.
Kenny,
Listen,
I
yo. It was
get
a rapper the
I know
other
why
day.
she's there, but why is she there?
Man,
Like,
be mad.
why?
Listen,
Yeah.
it was
You
a
wanna know
rapper
what
the
she
other
does?
day. Hold on.
She's a sports reporter. Oh, go ahead.
Is she?
But it was a rapper the other day.
Yeah.
I think it was, I don't know, one of
For
these young
who?
boys. But he was like, man, what's the issue where right now where all you have to do is be a rapper girlfriend or be a celebrity girlfriend and now you famous. You
I
know what I'm
can't
saying? And
stand
it's
that
kind of
shit.
like,
I
and that's
can't
what
stand
this
that
is.
shit. I never
That's
understood it.
what this is. You know,
I'm like, so you
You gotta
famous
play-
because of who your baby daddy is? Like,
Well,
not
that's
even
what,
she
what?
has the other
Like, it's
choice.
nuts. Not her, but I mean, just some of those other
Yeah.
like rapper girlfriends and stuff. I'm like, so you had a baby with Lil Baby, so now we gotta know who you are, or you got a baby
Exactly.
with
Yep.
Yo guy. I mean,
You got the
Moneybag Yo.
Aries. You got
Yeah,
the,
like Moneybag Yo, like you dating him, so we got it now. You can go to all the club circuits, and you got a whole product now.
it
so, you know,
started before then. It started with Chris
Lil
Brown.
Herb, right?
I don't know who that
even
is.
With G
I don't even know
Herbo
who Lil
out
Herb
of
is.
Chicago, right?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Okay.
And then she was with Javante Tank Davis, right?
That's late. That's late. You guys got to go.
I mean, that
sooner
was
than- you
next.
got-
That's like next. You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? And
it
then
started
it was
with Chris Brown and
Moneybag.
Carucci. It started with Chris Brown and Carucci. Right
You think
after,
they
you know,
started
Chris,
it?
2008, Chris Brown was
So
with
we
Rihanna.
worshiping
They got
these women based off of who they fucking?
in
Yeah.
2008. Chris Brown was with Rihanna. That's when he got into the fight and they had the whole argument. And so that happened in 2008.
Mm-hmm.
Broke up. He got with Carucci around 2010, maybe
Mm-hmm.
2 years after that event. And then everybody was like, who is she? Prior to that, nobody. If you want to add what's Kanye's the bald head? Help me out.
Amber Rose.
Amber Rose.
Amber Rose.
He took her off the pole. Yeah, he took her off the
So
pole.
Amber
in Philly.
between Amber Rose and Carucci, those are the two that was like who.
Oh no, y'all know. You know what
and
we
if you want
forgetting?
to count Kim Kardashian, I mean, she's really the main one if you want to count Kim and the sex tape. But you know, just
but y'all
for
gotta
somebody
think,
without
too.
a scandal, with somebody with there's no scandal, it was just strictly girlfriend. And there's nothing else, and didn't sell anything. Didn't you know? Because Kim Kardashian had a whole clothing line in 2000.
She had a show.
You know,
Wait,
yeah,
what was
she
the
had
first?
that.
Family.
What year was the
Yeah.
first? Y'all forgetting one very important fall of humanity, Basketball Wives, the TV shows. When did that start?
Yeah, that did. Yeah.
Early 2000s. That was early.
So there we have it.
Yeah, there
But
was
wasn't Love and
Basketball
Hip
Wives.
Hop first? I thought Love and Hip Hop was first, and then it was Basketball Wives.
They could have been at the same time,
Yeah,
bro.
I
Yeah, I
think
have
that
no
happened
idea.
first, and then Basketball, because you gotta remember Jim Jones and his woman and stuff. They started Love and Hip Hop first, and then they started. Shawnee started Basketball Wives after that.
Flavor of Love.
Oh yeah, that's
But listen,
but
like Hink, like
that was
we
a
were just
game
saying,
show. That was a show.
what, do we blame Nicole? I mean, Kayla Nicole Hink or Darwin? Do we blame the women for the way that they think about this whole 50-50? Like, look at me. Do I look like somebody who would go 50-50? Do we blame her? Or is this a situation where she should know better, even though, I mean, if you got women that's being raised by fathers that's giving them princess treatment as from childhood, if they could never do no wrong when they were 8 years old, if they were the prettiest thing on the world when they were 10 years old, if when they screwed up, they were patted on the back and consoled when they were 12, 14, and 16 years old, can we blame them for how they think as adults? Like, I'm pretty enough, so I should be able to get by, or I should have pretty privilege, or I shouldn't ever expect to pay a bill because I'm fine enough. Do we blame the women?
Yeah, but Shan, do you think that she could have ever developed that mentality if some man didn't ever provide it first?
Yeah, that's what I was
There
gonna
had to
say.
be some men that would actually reinforce that shit. That's the
There's
problem.
enough men out there
When
that
when she was thrown out into the real world and then realized that men just didn't operate like that, then they would have shut it down. Because what I was taught from my parents, how I was supposed to deal with women, I got a rude awakening quick and realized how women actually are, that they are not sugar and spice and things that's nice. And you can't do everything for them right away and get a good response. If men would stop supporting this, stay out of their social media, stop sending them emojis, and stop tricking off all crazy on women who don't deserve it just because you look fly. Oh, she a baddie, I gotta pay for this. When we do that, when we lead with our wallets for women that don't deserve it just yet and didn't earn that shit, this is the product right here. We fucked that up.
you got to understand there's a plethora of men that don't require a woman to do nothing but be beautiful. And they will pay all of their bills. Those certain caliber of men are not the majority. But whenever that's plastered all over social media and advertised as a default men, then that's what you get. You get women out here they want those type of guys. They don't want you who's going to make them go 50-50. They want to be in a relationship where their beauty is the only thing they bring into the relationship. And they okay with the outcome. And they're looking for those men who value their beauty and they're willing to pay all their bills. That's the dynamic she
with the
fits.
outcome. They lead with that. They don't realize they have an expiration date. A lot of them are delusional.
Some of them do. Some of them do.
The majority of them that lead with the story that you're giving,
they have a sense of urgency. The older
because they have no good outcomes, and we have story after story. You're right there in California. Shan knows that well. How many women get off on a bus leading?
Okay, so you just don't cut me off.
Big
I just
butt.
sit here and was quiet and let
By
everybody
the time
talk.
they're 36, they're strung out on drugs, lost and turned out.
Listen,
Shan,
I get it. I get what you're
Isn't
saying.
that the story of Hollywood?
I'm just trying to give you. I'm trying to answer the question that Shannon posed. I was waiting on all the rest of the other brothers to answer, and I was just giving my perspective. There's a plethora of men out here that don't want nothing. They don't care about a woman having kids. They don't care about a woman's character. None of that bullshit. Just be beautiful and make me look good on my shoulder when it's time for me to go around all these other motherfucking millionaires and millionaires. That's all they care about. They don't want none of that other shit that we typically talk about it day in and day out.
Let me play
You got to be able to understand that there's some guys out there and that actually amplifies Trev's point. Some of these women wouldn't even have this on their mind if there wasn't a plethora of men that's actually showcasing this type of dynamic that they can go and get themselves into. So you got to kind of be able to look outside of your weight class, your salary cap, and see.
Same man I mentioned, Chris Rock. He said that prophetic line that still lasts to today. When you're a man, it means you're only as faithful as your options. We already understand that playing field. As for you speaking aspirationally to those women being delusional, knowing they have a period from 18 to 36 Maybe some get lucky, like Bernice Burgos or a few others like Drea, and they are outliers. They have an expiration date. A lot of them young
When
and
have you seen me
delusional,
argue that they didn't have an expiration
they finally
date?
get that needle in the arm that, you know what, they're expendable because they came to the party. There's 10 women that look just like them, and then there's a choice 5 to 8 that make them look like shit.
I didn't play this clip right quick.
I've been getting a lot of DMs telling me to chime in and what's my thoughts on the 50-50 convo. You know, from my perspective, is levels to it. So this is only if you're in a relationship, committed relationship, this your girl, your spouse, your lady, so on and so forth. Me personally, I'm not going 50-50. I'm giving 100% in anything that I'm committed to. So I'm old school. I protect and I provide for my spouse, my woman, my lady, my family, and I'm not expecting her to go half on the bills or half on the dinner. If she want to treat me to dinner, I appreciate it. Thank you, baby. If she want to kick in on the bills, I appreciate it. Thank you, baby. But that's not what I'm expecting my woman to do. I'm going to give 100%, and sometimes my 100% may only be 40, 50, or 60. I may fall short. And as my partner, my better half, it's her obligation to pick up the slack, and that's what we do as a teammate. It's a partnership. But I'm not expecting to go 50-50. But it is levels to it.
Go ahead, Hank.
No, but what I was going to say is I think it was that delusional mindset that we was talking about women have. That they feel like this, that they think they can do this and get away with it. And unfortunately, like Trev says, there are men who are pacifying, kowtowing to those type women who gives them that false sense of reality because a few women got what they was looking for out of the situation. So, but the rest of the fellas going to sit back and they know what we need to do with this heifer. We use it for 20 goddamn minutes and send her back to the streets. Leave her ass at a goddamn restaurant because that's all she's worth. She's not worth putting a ring on it. For what? You know, she's a fly-by-night woe. You know what I'm saying? You use it, keep it moving. Nobody going to take her serious. Like you said, Shandy, she fucked herself up. But we need women like this so we can teach our sons, our nephews, our neighbors, our kinfolk, the young bloods coming up in the rankings so they can know. You know, some of these young cats, man, they so delusional, they think, no, I'm going to change her. She won't do it to me. She might have did that to you, Shan, but she ain't going to do it to me. That's their mindset. They so delusional too. They not that far much off the delusion as some of these women. These young cats will move and operate like that and think they're going to do it. Guess what? I'm going to say it again. They're going to be on one of these YouTube channels crying and complaining about how these women ain't shit. Man, the motherfucker. Why? Because you got dog walk. But OGs like Cameron told her, dog, I told you from the giddy up, Stephon Diggs. She ain't the one for you, dog. You just going to be another number. Don't fall for the banana in the tailpipe. I'll leave it there.
If they're not married, my mother taught me that taught my sisters, if you go on a date with a guy, you should bring your own money. That's an old school rule that they used to tell people so you're not taken advantage of. When you begin to lean too much on a guy, then you become subject to everything that he wants to do, even if that's not what you want to do. And that's putting yourself in a compromising position. So I know sometimes people think they're so beautiful, you should pay for everything. But I think if you're not married, you should be willing and able to cover your own bill. Not that you have to, but you should be able to pay your own bill, because you shouldn't ask anyone to do something for you that you can't do for yourself. And look at what happened. She called herself flexing and got a bigger flex on her. Now he's with somebody he doesn't have to pay a dime for. So it didn't work. You lost them to somebody with more money that will do 50-50.
Go ahead, Mo, you out?
I can't give a better answer.
Yeah, now he's with a tall glass of milk. Pause.
I don't think he paid for anything since he's been with Taylor Swift. 50-50. Not only that, you walk in places, people give you shit for free. Oh shit, Travis and Taylor, come eat here for free. Do you want some sneakers? Do you want some clothes? What does she look like? Because she says, what do I look like to not be paying? What does somebody look like that doesn't have to pay for 50? What does that look like? I don't get it. I don't understand. You look broke? I don't understand what's the look on when you don't have to pay 50.
I can tell you what it looks like.
Okay, so yeah, let me hear.
You would have to be fine with no makeup. Now, a lot of times people look good with makeup, but if you see them without the makeup, they could be a 10 with the makeup, a 6.5 without the makeup, dressed up, a 8 without the right garments on, a 5.3.
I just have to add though, her face card is a 10 and her body is also a 10 because she works out, she's on her shit. So
See, my thing is
I just have to add that.
Yeah,
for people who don't know what she
haven't
looks like.
I haven't seen her.
For
I
people who don't know what she looks like, Kayla Nicole looks great. I just gotta confirm.
Let me pull up. Let me pull up.
Well, see that
beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
But see, the whole thing is that's why I was going a little different from Mace, is because I don't care how beautiful you are. When I heard that interview, you're ugly. That's just my attitude.
Yeah, your attitude.
You could be the best looking girl in the world, but you're ugly. I didn't even like the answer. That answer right there made me say never.
Toxic.
Yeah, I never. Just that attitude.
Wait a minute, Killer. Wait a minute. You might want to re-go.
Bro, I got a picture of her right here. I'm looking at her. I pulled her images up. Because you know why? She's on all these red carpets. And when you scroll down on the images, she's on like the top 10 photos of red carpets. And you just see her going and Taylor Swift on all the red carpets. When I'm scrolling up, she just disappears after a while. No more red carpet, no nothing now. Mason, me and Mace a little different. And don't get me wrong, I like pretty, but your attitude, dryness.
Yeah, but you know something, Jay, although it's funny, every woman thinks every woman looks pretty. Every woman thinks ain't no woman ever call another woman ugly for real. They all lie to each other. Man, these heifers will sit there and say, oh, Lizzo look pretty. You say, you look like Lizzo. Shit, them heifers be ready to fight your ass. What you trying to say? Oh, man, a minute ago you said Lizzo's pretty. Now somebody compare you to Lizzo, then you offended. Now you in your feelings. It hurts your soul. Come on, man, with this bullshit, man.
I can't relate with Jesus. I can't relate with Jesus.
Hank, she's a 10. Hank, she's a 10. She's a 10. Face card, body, 10.
Yeah, that's some bullshit, man. Again, I like Cam. I don't like Cam. I'm not even favorite Cam. Man, he's a trash ass rapper. But I agree with him. Her attitude is shitty, and I can't go with it, man.
Who trash?
You said Cam.
Oh my!
You tweaking,
man,
Joe?
I'm not listening, man.
Yeah, you tripping.
I just want to say I side with them when they say I mean she a pretty girl, I guess, without makeup. Her body is a nice body. I don't know about this 10 stuff where you look at somebody and get mesmerized. I don't see it. Maybe, but again, everybody.
Not with her, Marcus.
You got to
not
see
with her,
people in
though.
person, man.
She's
In
pretty.
person,
She's pretty, but not. She ain't that. You're
yeah,
not
in
about to go
person, it'd be
Google.
like,
You
I can
ain't
think
gonna
of a
Google
reason that
Gaga
takes her
over
down a
that.
notch, no matter what, in my book.
It gives you the what women call it, the ick. You get the ick, is what they call it when she with the BS that she was saying on there. Yeah, nah, pass.
She already taken down notches in my book.
But you guys went back to Kayla. What about the brother? What about the brother that
being around a lot of women that most average Joes don't? So you may be desensitized to it.
you guys are going back to Kayla? But what about the second clip? I mean, the last clip that JR just played with the brother that was sitting in the car. What do you guys think about what he said?
He was on one of those reality shows. I remember his face.
I think he advocated for 50-50 if you listen close to what he said. Because he said, I only believe in going 100%. But then
Yeah,
followed
he did.
up with, if I got 60, I expect her to have 40. My 100% was 60. So most of the men that go 50-50 is a necessary thing. So he advocated for 50-50 unbeknownst to him.
He did. I didn't catch it there. I caught it when he said, she wherever I lack,
She covers.
pick up the
Yeah.
slack.
Yeah, she pick up the slack. Yeah.
He said
Yeah.
that word partner, Shane.
couldn't cover the
Partner.
car
As soon
insurance
as
that
I
month.
heard partner, I stopped listening.
Yeah.
But his overall point was that, not with me, I pay everything and let my wife. I don't believe in the 50-50 thing, me personally. And my father didn't do it. I don't see it. My mother lived a soft life. I would have a woman in my life that live a soft life. But here, let me be clear about something. When I say I don't believe in 50-50, people think, a lot of people say, oh, you don't believe in 50-50, you're gonna just cover all the bills, you simping for your wife. Listen. While I don't believe in 50-50, I got rules. And this is where I believe in the doctrine of Trev. Because you got to be able to tell a woman what the fuck you expect and what you demand and what she will in the playbook that she'll have to play by if she's going to be with you, especially if you're going to be the kind of guy that's going to cover everything. Women want traditional dating, but modern living, and you can't do that in a 100-0 relationship. Ain't no modern living over here. This is what it is. This is how I expect you to move. This is what I need you to do. And it just and there's no negotiation. There's no appeal process over here. This is a monarchy at this motherfucker. This is not a democracy and shit. So, when you get to the point where you are not really the 50-50 guy, you're the kind of guy that just got it all. You also realize with that, you get to dictate terms. And you get to set the standard, and everybody in your kingdom has to listen to the king. So if you guys want that type of that's my alarm. Sorry about that. So if you guys want that type of autonomy in your household, and you expect certain things, and you have a program that you expect everybody to play by, or a program that everybody to abide by, that's going to be with you, then fine. You have to be able to call that kind of shot. What's happening today is there's a lot, I wouldn't say a lot, but there's guys out there that wants that type of, authority, but then is expecting his woman to work just as hard as he is and solve the same problems that he's supposed to be solving and do the same things that he's supposed to be doing, but he just walking around being the boss because he got a dick. I'm not really with that part.
Hey, I say this. The difference, the only the main point that I got from it, the first thing that he said is, this isn't like just your girlfriend. This is your wife, right? So if she's earned the title of wife, then I don't see anything wrong with you covering 100% of the expenses if you can handle it. As long as you can live the lifestyle that you both would like to live and you can handle it, it's nothing wrong with that. And that doesn't necessarily mean that she's going to have a soft life. She'll have a soft life financially, but please believe you're going to have some duties. You're going to be where I'm lacking, where I need that help. It may not be money, but I might need you. You're going to be managing shit. That's just what it is. You are definitely going to be managing some shit, and it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be easy, because if I'm working hard, then you're not going to be doing manual labor. But yeah, you're going to be working. You might be thinking, you might be organizing, you might be doing something, but you're going to be making my life as easy as I am making yours. Simple as that. And men, you have to set these expectations. If you don't, then she's just going to feel like she could just be a trophy wife. And that's bullshit. I don't think any woman on this planet, regardless of beauty, has earned that type of a lifestyle. You need to be more valuable than your looks, because looks fade. And then what are you? Nothing. So what I'm saying is, she is going to have to display her value in much more ways than her beauty.
These trophy wives be robbing niggas. Like I heard a basketball player from Chicago got him a trophy girlfriend. She ran away with $1 million. Then I heard another one got a business put in her name. She bounced on his ass, and it's a common thing. That's why I say I think it's something to people investing in something, right? Even if you got all the money in the world and they put what they can into the pot, that's them contributing and buying in. It's more so than just you not being able to foot the bill. It's that you're actively invested in this. This is a part of you. I could have sworn I seen a study that said people whose wives actually pay in are more than likely to work and fight for a relationship because they bought into that relationship for real, as opposed to somebody that was just giving something. I think it's the same thing with a car. When you work at McDonald's and you figure out a way to buy your what's the Chevy what's the little two Cavalier back in the day? You buy you a $1,500 Cavalier, you're gonna take care of that Cavalier way different than you would a $20,000 Toyota that somebody just gave you. It's something to buying in. It's something to that.
You take another different level of pride to it, Marcus. Like you clean that thing like you never cleaned it before. You over shampooing the carpet that's inside of it, all that kind of stuff, because you're bought in, like you said, and that's with anything in life. That's with anything in life that you worked on, that you put sweat equity into, that you put actual cash into. If she feels like this is a team sport, if she feels like she's a teammate in this, she's definitely, and she's had to have given, whether it's her resources, it's her network, whether it's her name, her, all that type of stuff, her reputation. If she's had to give all that into this relationship to help you succeed in your business or help you succeed in whatever your endeavors are, she's buying in. And it's a beautiful thing when that happens, because she's like, I'm right here with you. She's like, I'm locked in right here with you.
Okay, that sounds good. B. Madden, is that aspirational or commonplace in today's society with women wanting to buy in rather than ready-made?
I think it's very real. I think it's a two-pronged thing, Kenny. You've got women that sit back and they're looking for that ready-made men. And then you've got another subset of women that are, they're active in their career, they're working hard doing their thing, but they're looking for a man too. And they're like, you don't have to have everything done, but I want to build with you. I want to work with you and all that kind of stuff too.
What? He asked you a direct question. He asked you what's commonplace. He
what's
didn't ask
common
you
right now?
2 or 3. Yeah, what is commonplace?
It depends on the type of, there's different type of women out here in the world, man. Like what's common is that in the culture, people want something that's ready-made. They want something hot and ready, like Little Caesars. They want something they can put in the microwave and boom, it's ready. That's what they want. In general, most people want that. But the reality of the situation is that most people don't have it like that. There's a reason why there's a 1% in the country that's wealthy. There's 1%ers that's got their money long and that kind of shit. The other 99% ain't like that. So you gotta work with somebody to a degree, or if you're working with somebody that's building their own shit, or they have a good corporate job, but they're trying to, start their own thing or go to another corporate position, they're dating somebody that might have some juice. They're dating somebody that might work in HR somewhere else that can help them bridge that gap. You know what I'm saying? Like her network it needs to be your network. You know what I'm saying? What she got, what she can bring needs to be a part of your arsenal. If she's not giving that up, if she's not volunteering that, then that's not your woman, period.
Because I still think women revert back to the factory setting when they actually like you or love you. They still to this day will put any and everything in to make that relationship work. If you're in a situation where you date women who will not do that, those are not the women for you. It might be a situation where you were able to entice her through money or status or something. Being a senior position, a job, who knows what that thing is. You was able to entice her through that, and she messing with you based off of what benefits she sees she can get from that. That woman typically won't buy in, and it's gonna be a doomed relationship. No matter how good you are, how nice you are, how much you provide, it's never gonna be enough, because her only means to being attracted to you was what she saw was beneficial to her, as opposed to her thinking you are beneficial. It's just reality.
Okay,
And
reality.
Kenny,
Majority
to
of
the
women
point
look
too.
at you for benefit first. The stats show it. That's why I posed it out there to see how it would take under the scrutiny of being tested by the panel.
Kenny, here's the
love
deal.
story,
Kenny,
it's always there, but it's on a lower percentage.
Kenny, here's the deal. Nature is undefeated at the end of the day. Women look for men for protection and shelter and to provide. That's what they're looking for. That's
Nowadays?
undefeated. That's how women are hardwired. Period.
Nowadays?
They're always looking. Period. Nature is undefeated, Kenny. Women need protection. Women want you to provide and have a safety place for them that they can nest and they feel comfortable and they feel safe. That I don't give a damn what year it is. That's how it works. Nature doesn't lie. Now you might have some outliers as always, but at the end of the day, nature's undefeated. That's what's built in the inside. They can't help that shit. I don't care how much money she makes. I don't care if she's a fucking CEO. She is not gonna change. She's gonna want you to have just as much or more. It doesn't matter. But the point I'm trying to get at, that I was gonna make, was I have dated shitty women. I've been around women that were extremely selfish and only try to figure out what they can get out of a situation, this and that. And then I've dated and been around a lot of really good women that were solid as hell. And if they like you and really care about you, they're going to give whatever they have to make sure and ensure that you're successful and this shit works, that this relationship or whatever y'all are building towards will work. And it's not gonna not work based on their lack of not giving or not attempting or not trying, because they obviously see value in you and they want to be the one that you end up, taking home. So I've seen both.
So he's right, Kenny, and well, in my opinion, he's wrong. He's a half and half. So yeah, it's baked in the cake. That's I say that all the phrases. It is. I see what you're saying, Kenny. When you say nowadays, women of today, modern women, it's still them too. You can't fight nature. It ain't like, we just 150 years ago we was on horse and buggy. We ain't been that far removed from the agrarian era. So providing, protecting is what they want. Now, is like modern day feminism and all the shit that they're being fed today in social media and mainstream media and all that kind of stuff, feeding them the independence and the you don't need a man stuff. That's what they're trying to normalize, but naturally it's baked in. And that's the reason why they're so conflicted, Kenny. That's because they're like, their heart is telling them one thing. They want to build family and they want baby and all, but no, they're being told, no, go be a boss chick. So women are being pulled 100 different ways today, and it's driving them crazy. Literally, that's why half of them is medicated.
It's fun. It's weird. Oh,
but real quick, but the part that B. Madden ended with is on how hard they work to make the relationship work. I don't know, B. Madden, is the numbers really bearing that out?
I said the good ones. Because what we were talking about before is that we were talking about, and what Marcus brought up was, what are they paying into? Like they're gonna appreciate the relationship more when they are buying into it or paying into it, just like that Chevy he was talking about.
Investing.
That's investing into the relationship. That was the point I was getting back on, because Kenny asked me a question on that previous. So okay, I wanted to, that's what I was on.
Yeah, I believe, and I believe it's allowed. Okay. If you
talk
about the good ones,
I had the
and
shitty
they're
ones,
quiet.
and then I had the good, really good ones.
The thing that I don't like about the good ones these days is that the good ones are super quiet. They don't got no microphones. We need to get the good ones some microphones. Start donating some goddamn some mics to them and have them start speaking and giving some testimonies, because they good and quiet as a motherfucker. These
They low
loud,
key.
wrong ones.
They low key.
These wrong ones is loud. Boy, they got the best mics. They got they got fucking podcasts. They are all through TikTok and Instagram. They all on X and Facebook, and they just talking loud. And it's sounding like it's a majority because they so loud. But if you're
It's an
talking
echo
about the
chamber.
good women, I wish they would speak up more. And I wish they would start giving more testimony and start helping some of the women who are lost, because it seems like they're doing real good and keeping their head low to make sure that they're not, getting sniped or getting targeted, or maybe they get ridiculed so much for loving on their husband. Maybe certain women get ridiculed for loving their family and putting their children first before themselves and their happiness, that they don't even want to say shit out loud.
That's exactly what it is, Shan. I've literally asked women those questions, like good women, married women, or women that are engaged, because they're quietly getting wifed up. They're quietly getting wifed up, and they're getting wifed up because of that, really. They're not too hard on certain stances. They're not too strong, because they're really just kind of rolling with whatever their man's going. My man likes this, I'm kind of going that way. They're not doing too much. They're keeping a low profile, they're keeping quiet, and it's worked for them. And the other thing too, I believe they don't want to get out there and speak too much about it, especially if they're newer relationship, newer fiance, newer married, is because they're totally focused on what they got going on. And they don't feel like getting the woman hate, the female hate, and all the trash talking and this and that, because that emotionally affects them. And they're like, I don't want to be hated for loving my husband or loving my fiance or doing what I do and getting judged and getting drugged on what kind of makeup I got on or how my hair looks or what kind of outfit I got on today, or are my nails done or are they chipped today? Like all the minute and petty shit that a lot of women pick at on the internet on other women that are on platforms like these. They don't want the headache. They don't want the bullshit that comes with it. They don't want to be ridiculed, and then they'll try to change their thought process. The internet and the comment trolls will try to change their perception and how it's try to convert them to their gospel and shit. And it's a bad thing. Now the ones that will come out and speak, a lot of them have been married for a while. Like a lot of their shit, their household stuff is already kind of locked down. They've been with their husbands for a while. They got their kids. They got their household in order. They've got everything regimented. So they were able to regiment an hour or two to jump online real quick, talk they talk. And they don't give a damn what anybody says, because they shit is solidified. My shit not going nowhere. Me and my husband locked in. These babies is good. We got soccer practice in the morning, blah, blah, blah. Like we're good. So, and then they're away from the bullshit. They're in the burbs. They're far out. They're not in the circus of the minutia of the mess of the shit. So I digress.
Another thing with that is those women that aren't already wifed up, that are like that, to your point, they are extremely quiet and observant. Women are some very observant people. They'll watch you and you won't know. And the interactions that they have, they limit and choose to like the umpteenth degree. If they do this with women, like to your point, why they won't come online. If they feel like women will be cantankerous and argumentative with them and their energy is bad, they'll just avoid the whole situation completely. So it'll appear like the only women those women who really yell loud and be talking, because they run into other women that agree with them. And the women that don't, they just completely distance themselves and ignore them. And they do the same thing with men. People like that don't normally want, especially women, want to have to contend and clash with people. They want to live their life, be happy, and continue going on and be like, oh, this is what y'all think? That's crazy, but who am I to stop you? Go ahead, believe that. I'm gonna go this way. I think it's a decent amount of those women out here. I really do, because I'll be running into them and I'll be talking to them, and they'll ask you. I'm like, man, I know I could put you. Then you got to think who's compatible, but it don't.
I know something too, and I'll be like, I don't say nothing. She'd be like, because I can't. If you can't, because they won't listen to me. I'm surprised you be arguing with them, Shan. I ain't got no time to be trying to save. So I'll be like, all right. They don't even want to. They like, I ain't even going. Why should I even bother with these motherfuckers? They hard headed.
Hold on, let me run this clip. My apologies, man. And computer was messing up. Can you hear me okay?
Only so.
And had to meet me halfway. And they look, Murder, look.
I thought you was paying all the bills if they was bad.
That wasn't the question, Murder. You was making your own questions up. The question was, she said, is it worth 50-50? You started paying everything. That's what you was out there trick daddy.
No, I was asking you. I don't have
my
I'm Popeyes.
my thing is this, is that, listen, I don't mind giving females money. I help a lot of females out. And I'm talking about not no dinner. If you need help, like, I'm not even talking about females I'm having sex with. Nigga, you know how much furniture I bought in the hood for my homegirls, or paid their rent, or they had a motherfucking sore tooth for 3 months and they can't chew on the right side of their mouth, paid they little nigga. You know what I'm saying? How much shit I done for people? Females that I'm not even fucking, I'm talking about I do this for. So if it's somebody I like and I'm gonna help them out, cool, I'll do that for you. But what I don't like when it comes to females, if you don't have a job, for instance, and it's a little situation like this with somebody I know. You don't want to help yourself. If you don't want to help yourself, how the fuck am I help you? I come up with ideas for you to try and get a couple dollars. I say, you could do this, you could do that. You don't even pursue the ideas I give you, and then you don't have your own ideas, and then you be like, yo, my rent is due. Oh, well, I tried for 3 months to help you come up with an idea. You don't want to go get a job. You're just lazy and think, I got it. Me and Mace, neither one of us got it. So... So that's just that. But to me, it ain't all about a looks.
Wait, so last question. In what situation would you guys pay for everything?
Why we can't start a business together?
I'm just asking.
Listen, I'll pay for dinner. Listen, I go to dinner. Ask Larry. I go to dinner 8, 9 niggas a week. Not just nigga females. I'm talking about. I don't let nobody pay for nothing. All the time. Nobody. You know how tacky that is? Yo, you had the lamb. Yeah. And you had the broccoli, right? Just to say, yo, I'm not. Yeah. Yo, that shit is mad. I'm
gonna answer the question though, Stat.
Yeah, that shit is mad tacky. I fucking dinner bill be $1,900, $2,900. I pay for the whole shit, so it ain't like I won't pay for dinner. But I'm talking about how long is this gonna go on with a female? Like, do you want your own one day? Like, but. There's so many tricks out there, they got comfortable with it. Yeah. And to be totally honest with you, the more time goes on, the more technology and the more makeup and the more surgery, these older bitches still looking good. Mm-hmm. I mean, little 52-year-old like, yo, killing these young bitches. It's turned 52. It's bad, man. Yeah. I would put her up on the show just so you could see it, but I didn't get permission. You know what I'm gonna do? Next Thursday, I'm gonna come. Remind me Thursday night.
I will remind you.
And I'm gonna have a list of bitches 50 and over that's killing the young bitch. I just gonna get permission. No disrespect to you, Stan, your crew.
I don't care.
Yeah, I know, I'm just saying. But I'm just telling you, you're gonna be like, nah, killer, she ain't 50.
All right. You don't even gotta explain, because I've seen, like, everybody looks good. So
yeah, this is what I'm saying. Like, yo. Matter of fact, I'm gonna pull one up while Murder explaining his answer. I'm gonna bring one up.
Okay.
Yeah, I think now don't judge me, because you know when I was in the streets, I definitely.
Hold on, Murder. We gotta get more to when you was in the streets. We know what you've been doing. I'm tired of you acting like you never was in the streets. People are mad at home as well too, in the barbershops and everything. Because when I go off, you always go like this. Yo, bro, they sick of it. They said that even Malcolm X was Ray. Malcolm X used to be like, I sniff cocaine. I was running a prostitution ring. I had hoes lined up.
I was about to tell you one of those.
Well, you need more. People want to hear more of those. I'm just telling you. Because I just had this conversation 2 days ago when I told you about the bitch I was choking out. You turned at this. They said Mace stories is going to be wild. And he keep doing this. They said they tired of you closing your ears. That was the exact verbiage they used. And you got to stop acting like you was never outside. They sick of it. All right, now go ahead.
Did we lose JR? We gonna watch the whole show?
Word to blood, yo. That's word to blood. Nigga told me that they tired of you closing your ears.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I didn't think that
at the end right now.
You really was supposed to pay for everything until you marry her. If you don't marry her, me personally, when I wasn't married, I wouldn't pay for anything. I'm like really from a different school. You know, like Too Short and Pimp C and Snoop Dogg. Those was like my bishops and pastors growing up. So I really didn't believe you give a girl no money.
Yeah, if they fucked it up. They had songs like Bitches Ain't Shit, with hoes and tricks, lick on the nuts and suck the dick. That was the fucking lyrics, and it was a hit record. You know what I'm saying? It was a super duper hit record. And we did grow up on that. And it was
So
fucked
that was
up.
my mindset. So I really didn't believe you had to do all that for girls. I thought niggas that was doing that for girls were like really insecure, really didn't have the ability to get her to do what he needed her to do.
Patience, man. Patience.
No, I didn't know he was gonna circle back. So he circled back. I was like, oh, I thought you got frozen. I was like, damn, is JR here? Because you had been gone.
Hey, his point about these women looking better the older they get, that shit is not only true, but it does something to the market. So Shan, a beautiful woman in, say, Minnesota comes to California. She not as beautiful there, right? It's so many pretty and beautiful women, it lowers the value of her beauty once she set foot in there. If you have an influx of women that typically from 35 to 50 would not have still been in the dating market and extremely attractive, this is the biggest surplus of beautiful, attractive women that could possibly exist in one time in history, probably. And they all right here culminated. It's a supply and demand curve that's going crazy right now. For single men, this is like this like a paradise for y'all.
Hold on, you said the older the women get, more.
What I'm saying is there are way more women who are attractive from whatever age 21 to 50 than there have ever been in the history of women that are dateable, because their body still in shape. They doing skin regimens or whatever.
I don't know if they factored in all of the BBLs and cosmetics that they didn't have back then.
Somebody said used car paradise. Yeah, it pretty much.
So I'm saying, like, the 18 to 50 back in the 40s and 50s and 60s was different. Once your body got deflated, once your ass got flat, it got flat. Now they got that never flat.
Fix it flat.
So Cameron was talking about Cameron. He was talking about Latanya, and she's my friend out here. She's in LA. You guys look it up, Latanya Richardson, because she got carded recently, and she has a community, and she has this. She's beautiful 52-year-old woman. Her name is Latanya Richardson. That's who he's talking about, because she went viral last week for getting carded for her ID, and she travels and she has a women's group, and she's a really cool chick, man. But Marcus, it ain't no surplus of that. I don't know maybe where you live, but it ain't no
definitely
surplus.
where you live. It's definitely where you live. Knock it off. In Cali,
listen, man. You know, there's always an outlier. I'm not gonna say there's an outlier out here, but you know, when you get those women that be like, I'm 50 and I'm killing these young ones, 1 in 50 can say that. Women, when they get to a certain age, they get lazy. Listen, I'm telling you, Marcus, because I went to school with these women. They are my friends. We were all born the same year. I am 52 years old. Let me tell you something. There are more fit, handsome, and healthy, in my opinion, non-obese men in their 50s today than there are women. And the reason why is because women love to eat and they get lazy at a certain age. So there are pretty women. There are some out there, but typically when it is, they stand out so much that we say, God damn. You don't really see a situation where a 50-year-old dude, well, there's a lot of sloppy 50-year-old dudes too. Don't get me wrong. But I'm just simply saying, you guys know more 50-year-old fit, trim dudes that's in the gym right now than you know fit, trim 50-year-old women that's in the gym. That's indisputable. So even here in LA, while this is the land of Hollywood and glitz and glamour, red carpets and lights and camera action and all that kind of stuff, there's not that many. If that was the case, then a lot of men my age wouldn't be tripping on dating the women that's in their age bracket. But the reality is, the women that's around my age, they've worked so hard over the last 20 years that they beat themselves up in the workforce. And so then now you look at them, and these are people I went to college with. Remember, I graduated college in 2000, the year 2000. And so I'm looking at some of my homegirls that I went to school with that was bad in school. She was bad. Everybody wanted her, but she ignored a whole bunch of dudes, and she became the vice president of this, or the executive VP of that, or you know what I'm saying, or the regional the regional manager of this, and she did all her expense reports and was working and got up early in the morning at 6 o'clock and worked all the way to 6 at night and beat traffic and all of that, and that shit wore on her physically. And then she started eating mac and cheese and fast food and fried chicken and pizza and shit like that. And yet now it's like, So I think your point is there's more beautiful older 50-year-old. There's not 50. Let me get rid of 50. There's more beautiful older women today than ever in history. I had to go with Darwin on that.
You been to Essence Fest?
Huh?
You been to Essence Fest?
Yes, I've been to Essence Fest.
You telling me it's not a bunch of beautiful older women that be at Essence Fest?
It's a bunch of big backs at Essence Fest.
Man, I would double down and argue that the women in the 50s and 60s, when they got up to 50, they would still stay in shape. They wasn't getting obese.
If you look at some of the older pictures, I think Kevin Samuels did it one time where he showed like what women were looking like back in the day
Jet
when
magazine.
they were in their 50s. Yeah, it's different. People don't take care of themselves. We got more processed foods than ever. There's more healthy stuff that is available, but there's way more processed shit that's available. And people are eating on the road. I don't know where the hell you find these women at, man. Like, I'm not saying that there's none, but I don't like shit. The ratio is nasty. That's why these men is griping like that. Men wouldn't be up here talking on podcasts like, ugh. Like people are complaining about this because this shit is their reality. Not to say that there's not some hot spots where you're gonna find some woman that's a little bit older that's cool, but the majority, I'm gonna say the majority. I'll venture and say the majority are not in shape, unfortunately. Men too, but yeah, certainly.
You know what, Trev? I agree
right?
with you, but I think one could
bad
argue.
bitch. This bad bitch, man. I was fucking with her and shit, right? But she's so insecure that she don't know she insecure. Like, fam, oh my God, take the picture over. Oh no, they can't post it. I got to do this. I got to do that. And half the time, these females that be looking good on Instagram,
in the video,
you're gonna have to pay for half afterwards, not for a whole shit after the video over. But half these females that look good on Instagram or social media or whatever, you notice they never do videos. They only do pictures because they have no personality and they're boring and they're regular. And you think you're somebody that you're not. And the girls that look half as good as you are funnier than you. Pussy is better than yours. Head is better than yours. They make me laugh. They make me feel good while you're walking around like a stiff-ass mannequin because your makeup is dried up all day. Your ass is tight because you're taking shots and you ain't get a massage on it in a month and a half. Your titties is about to burst because they full of silicone. And I'll take a bitch to look half as good as you with a great personality to make me laugh and think this funny and has good sex.
And you pay all our bills?
I ain't say that. It's gonna meet me halfway. This girl on Instagram, and Larry know her, she gotta be top 5 in the world. And she came to see me and she's cool and all that, but she's insecure. And she doesn't get it. I can't go outside without this. I can't do that. I can't do, you're fucking boring. You're boring and you're regular because everybody got what you got. Now you bad and all that, but I don't pick up for her. She still calls. No, I'm not picking up for you, yo. And like I said, this girl over 9 million followers. No, I don't care about your followers because you're broke. Those just don't count. And she got a little couple dollars because niggas is trick off. But that's what it takes. You're digitally panhandling. Intentionally panhandling. Yo, follow my Cash App. Yo, make a donation to my that's intentional panhandling, yo.
See what you started, Stat?
So that's just my
Cable
thought.
Nicole started it.
Fun fact before y'all get into it: 1960s and up until like about 1980, obesity rate was at 13%. Now it's in the mid 30s.
Damn, what?
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
34 to 36%.
What's driving that?
The food.
Processed foods.
The food. God, man, I thought they was gonna be politically correct and say, it was medical thyroid or some shit.
That's
Nah, it ain't that.
1.3%. They all use that excuse, but only 80% of women in America are fat, and 80% of that 80% is obese, which equates to 30% of the population being obese. That's the numbers he came up with.
If women got access to the same stats we got, why do they always jump to the exception? Like, don't y'all get aggravated when women come on this panel on this network and never be like the one that don't suck 100 dicks, and like why you can't just come on here and be honest about your history? Like,
that would be accountability. You asking for accountability. You're asking a woman who eats too much mac and cheese and pizza to tell you that she eats too much mac and cheese and pizza. That's not going to happen. Now, don't get me wrong, 75% of men are fat too. But since we're talking about the women right now, 1.3, and let's just round it up to 2. And that's not even how you round, but we're going to give them the extra 0.7%. 2% of the women that are obese have a thyroid issue. The other 98% just eat too fucking much. They can't put down the cheesecake. They can't put down French fries. They got to get a double cheeseburger every time they go. And they get the most sugary drink they can from Starbucks. And so if you want them to say, oh, I see these numbers and that applies to me, you're asking for accountability, Darwin, and you know better than that. It's not happening. So if you guys want, like what he's talking about is like women that are beautiful but insecure. I think I was talking about that earlier. Like you do notice that, and this is what I think Trev was saying, is like, stop liking these photos and blowing up and gassing up the head of a lot of these going on, and oh, you beautiful, or oh, I know you making some man happy. I'll be looking at the comments sometimes on some of these shits, and I'll be saying, only if you sell this motherfucker in person, because a lot of these people I see in person. And I'm like, if you saw them in person, you wouldn't be singing that tune. And you be wondering where these motherfuckers be at in the world. Like, how come I don't see these women at the gas station when I'm pumping gas in my car? How come I don't see them at 7-Eleven? Where they be at when I be shopping at Target? They don't shop at Target at the same time I shop, but they all on the internet. It's because the internet is a lie. They take the right angles. I think Drake talked about this in one of his songs. They get the angles, and they set the lighting, and they set the skin tone, and they do the right photos, and they post those, and they take 50 photos, kind of like what Cameron was just talking about. They take 50 photos to post one. 50. And they delete the rest of them. And that's a common practice. And you think they just really quick just took a snapshot. Nah, man. It took them 15 minutes to get that shot. And then they manipulated it a little bit. And then they had to turn a little bit. Dog, it's a lot of insecure people out there. And they don't got it like it seems like they got it. And so that's why you won't.
Then they use the
Photoshop.
Photoshop.
Video.
They use the editing too.
Oh, no, they're not using that. Be mad. It's Snapchat.
They're using Snapchat filters. No, but there's other apps. There's other apps that they
use AI.
Hide freckles and shit, and hide different scars and stuff.
I tell you, Snapchat has the filter that they need.
JR, when we went to Vegan Fest, was it a lot of older women there?
Vegan Fest?
Vegan Fest.
Yeah, it was women now, like our age. Yeah.
Did they not look like they was still young?
Yeah,
because they vegan. They eat clean and shit. They eat clean and shit. They drinking. They're drinking their fruit juices and eating their sea moss and all that stuff.
All of them are not vegan. It just was the place to be because they had artists that were performing there. So it was outside. People was outside, and that's what they wanted to do.
I got a
I'm talking
question.
about
I
what
got a
about the
question.
barbecue?
I got a question
There's
though.
way more
Like,
barbecues than
could
Vegan
the
Fest.
That's true. That's true. But could an argument be made that, there are starting to be more attractive older women out here now because of social media, because that presence is so important. Your image and your likeness, all that kind of stuff is more marketable and more important nowadays, that you're starting to see more pretty or cuter older women that's pushing it more now?
I'll tell you why. I know I've been talking a lot, but tonight's the night. The reason why is because of podcast is because of Lapeef Network and other shows like this. Remember they say everybody don't need a microphone. All these podcast guys, all these boys. You know why? It's because men are speaking up now. That's the only reason. And we've only been doing it for the last 3 years. Maybe I'll say 4 or 5 to stretch it. I'll say the reason why you see a lot of women getting their shit together is because this microphone and men like me is saying, I'm not fucking with you, fatty. If you want to fuck with me, fatty, make sure I can't call you fatty no more. And so
Big bag.
now, if they want if they want a Trev, if they want a Marcus, if they want a Kenny, if they want a Darwin, then they know that they got to put in some work. Before, they didn't have to put in no work. We were just supposed to accept them as they are. We were supposed to just take you as you were. And us men with a microphone is saying, no, I'm not taking you as you are. Are you crazy? And now you got a lot of men that saying, you know what? I'm getting a passport. I'm out of here. Because you got competition, lady. And if you want what I have to offer, which is security, safety, you know what I'm saying, problem solving, and you want all these things that I'm coming with, then you got to compete with this woman overseas, because I'll go get her, and she doesn't have half the requirements that you have. But if you want your requirements, fine. What do I get for that? And men are now saying, I need a return on my investment. We didn't say that 4 years ago or 5 years ago. Well, we're saying it now. And so some women are smartening up. Even the women that we have in the chat. I don't look at the chat during our shows, but I go back and watch these shows, and I see that we have a consistent amount of women that's in it. Like I would argue that the women in our chat are the smartest of the smart women, because they're listening to what we're saying and they're applying it in their lives, in their own lives. They watch King Talk, they watch Let's Talk, they watch all these different shows, and they listen to men speak, and they're taking notes, whether they know it or not. So yeah, be mad, and I'm with you. I know I'm long with it, but I'm with you. They are getting better, but they only getting better because motherfuckers like you be mad and is saying, you got to do better than what you used to do. You got to do better for me than what you did for my dad.
Facts. Because I'm even looking at like locations and where we're at. Like for me personally, I live in Houston, Texas. It's a Wakanda out here. It's black beautifulness everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So I'm outside, and I see 43, 45, 48, 50-year-olds banging bodies. They might have had 2 or 3 kids back in the gap, but now they doing their thing now. Like, yeah, Miss Parker is back. You know what I'm saying? Hips, butt, face is on point. You like, dang, they got good attitude. They're having fun, and they're dating younger dudes. They trying to holler and shoot at younger guys. So, and they're like, baby, you look good. Let me get some of that loving. Or they're even like, you ain't gotta have it all figured out right now, baby, but I help you. I'll work with you. This, and that.
And they'll date a broke dude.
Literally seen that. They would, but I've seen it. So I'm like, okay, there's more finer, older women out here now, and I've noticed it. And then even on the gram, I'm seeing more of it, and they're speaking out more because they're getting more attention from it as well too. So that argument can be made, but yeah, I agree with everything what Shan said and Marcus.
What up, Sweeney?
What up, fellas?
What you got, man?
Sweeney in the house.
Sweeney.
Man, I just heard y'all talking shit, man. Thought I'd jump in. But shit, I think Shannon pretty much said everything I was gonna say. So
come on. Oh, go ahead and reiterate.
Shannon already nailed it all the way home.
Nah, say it your way. It landed for people that like the way I say it, but other people like the way you say it.
Nah, I know they don't, man. They hate me, bro.
So, Sweeney, do you feel like there's an influx of beautiful older women?
Do I feel like there's an influx?
Yeah, like they just popping out of nowhere and becoming more available to men, or like.
Let me rephrase that, Trev. Let me rephrase that. Do you think that the new 50 is better than the old 50 looks wise?
I don't know. I don't know about all that, man.
That should be without a question.
That's
without a question.
That ain't what you said earlier. Yeah, the new 50 is better than the old 50.
Obviously.
Y'all, every one of you brothers on this panel look better than your daddy did at your same age. You know it. You got pictures of your pops. And if you look at yourself today, at your dad's age, you saying, yeah, I'm killing my dad.
My dad looked like my identical twin, except he looked like my son, was light skinned.
I think we're all taking better care of ourselves. I think we're all taking better care of ourselves. I think we all have more knowledge than they did. You know what I'm saying? With what's going on, with, like you said, with the food, with diet and exercise, all the different things, the different options.
Running.
Oh no,
we live in an information age. We live in an information age. So
we drink water.
We live in a
now.
Google age. Yeah. And mind our business. Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm down here with the regular black folks. And you want to know what's I was just talking to my wife about this, right? And I don't know what it is that I'm seeing in Gen X, right? Because I don't remember my parents being as unhappy as I see people are today. And even when you look at Gen X now, they in their 50s and stuff, they don't seem as unhappy as I'm seeing our generation. Like they sitting here kicking it, they having a good time. A lot of them are empty nesters now. And like you still see that they hang out with their siblings. They still kicking it, they still having a good time. Meanwhile, I look at my generation and like the millennials, and then to some degree, I look at not Gen Z. It's what's the group right underneath us?
So Gen millennials.
Z. Is it Gen Z?
Millennials is on the.
Yeah,
he's a millennial.
No, I'm a millennial.
You got Gen X, millennial, and then you got Gen Z.
Gen Z.
And then you got Gen Alpha, which are the kids.
Okay, that's the generation. Yeah. But like I look at millennials and I look at the middle to late millennials, and I look at Gen Z, and we're not as happy as Gen X is. I don't remember my parents. I don't remember my aunties and the men and the women in my life when I was growing up as a kid looking as unhappy as we are today. And my wife told me, she was like, damn, do you think that it's because you was looking through kids' eyes? I'm like, maybe. But they also used to kick it a whole lot more than we did. Like we used to be stuck in a room and they was out there playing cards and drinking and having a good time and all of that. And then now in their old age, they still hang out with their siblings. They still kick it. But while we're kind of separated to a degree where we're strangers a lot of times we be strangers in our own community. So I don't know. Maybe the 50-year-olds do look better than maybe the 50-year-olds do look good.
Sweeney, I think you're comparing. That's a false equivalency. So what you're doing is comparing people who's already finished. My race is over. I'm done. I already did the time. So you're talking about people right now that's struggling trying to get a house with people that's chilling in the house already. So everything that the millennials and the Gen Z is going through that's making y'all sad, I already ran that race. I'm done with that. So now I'm just chilling, riding hard. I get to just hang out and kick it right now. So if you want to compare your happiness while you in the young struggling age versus my happiness while I already won the race, I think that's unfair. Now here's a better question. Are you as happy today as I was when I was your age? That's I think is a more fair question. Is Gen X, who was me? I was born in 1972, and when
My mom
I
was
was
born in
30,
1971. Yeah.
right? So when
I ain't gonna
when
lie
I
to
was
you.
30, at my 22 years, 20 years ago, when I was 32, was I as happy as a 32-year-old today? That's the better question.
Shan, this my auntie. He's 75.
I would argue that I think that y'all were.
Like that shit is crazy.
I
Marcus, your
think that
hit?
y'all were. I think that even with
Auntie.
even being broke,
Marcus,
dealing
stop.
with the cost of living.
Marcus, stop. Would you hit? Stop, bro.
No, go ahead, Sweeney. Go ahead, Sweeney.
My
They
auntie,
cracking
like,
jokes.
dude, she's 75 though. She look like
They're trying to get us to smash the 75-year-old. Go ahead, Sweeney. Finish your point.
But yeah, like I think even when I watched y'all, like I watched my parents be broke. I watched my aunties and my uncles and all of them. They dealt with the same. They was broke. They ain't had no money, but they had family. They had their friend. They still, you know what I mean? Like my mama, I didn't stop seeing my mama friend until I was grown. Like the people that she, like her core group of friends, my pop's group of friends, like he used to go over there and hang out, you know what I mean? Still talk to him to this day, where I see our generation, I don't think we talk as much as we used to. I don't think we connect on a personal level like we used to. Like, yeah,
nobody talks more than you. Nobody in life talks more than you. There's no generation that talk more than Sweeney.
Shut up, man. See, now Marcus trying to crack the jokes. Here we go.
Nah, listen, Sweeney, life was easier for me when I was y'all age. It was you know why? It's because
It's
I
a
didn't have
different time.
Yeah, I didn't have a cell phone. I didn't have, like
The connectivity is different.
Like just to watch porn when I was 18 years old was like fucking a mission impossible. Whereas y'all got it in high definition at your fingertips, and you got a whole catalog of it.
He was in the Victoria's Secret magazines.
You know what I'm saying? So, if you can think of a movie that you want to watch right now, you can have it playing in the next 15 minutes. I had to go to Blockbuster and pray that what I wanted to watch was still in stock. So life was a whole lot easier. I had 13 channels.
What?
That was TV.
I had the same thing. Number 13 was the box.
We had 13 channels to pick from, Sweeney, when we got home. On Saturday morning cartoons, you had 4 cartoon channels before 12 o'clock, before they all switched off. That's all we had. Now kids got iPad. So it was a different time. So when you say, were we happier, life was simpler. All we wanted to do was play football, hide and go get it with the girls, and tag and you know what I'm saying, and kick it on and just have, that was it. It wouldn't. I'm thinking, and if you can cruise, like if the homies had, the homies had cars when you got 16, 17, just cruising and driving in circles was enough. We had certain lanes. We just drove around the city in circles.
Like New Jersey Drive, niggas.
Like New Jersey Drive.
Hey,
just hitting the block. But now, Sweeney, when you say, damn, the kids today are sad, look at all the shit we putting on y'all. Y'all are way more politically astute than we were. You guys understand credit and business. You have to work harder for less. You have to literally physically work harder and longer hours for less money and be able to and you have less spending power than we had. So it's
inflation
all
and all that
stuff
shit
that you got to add, man. So it's I don't know if it's an economy thing, if it's just a sign of the times thing. Is it going to get worse? Is it going to get better? But a simple life is something that we had, and you guys don't have that necessarily because you got so many things to figure out, understand, know how to operate, know how to work, know how to make use to your advantage. You got crypto, investments, real estate. You can't buy a house that you grew up in. Most of the people that's listening to me cannot afford the house that they grew up in. You couldn't buy the house next door right now if you wanted to. Whereas when I was a kid, houses didn't cost nothing. Cars were more expensive than houses. So it's I don't know what to say, bro, but you got to take these lemons and turn it into lemonade, however the cliche goes and shit. You got to take what's fucked up today and make it work for you. And that's all I don't know what else to say.
And Shannon, it wasn't the same level of pressure to make six figures and above. Like that wasn't the mission back then.
No.
That wasn't like you got to make six figures. You got to make, as you're hearing in these echo chambers
You don't
now.
need no money. You didn't need no money back then. You just need to look good and have a Jerry curl.
Jerry curl.
They had to have some money. It wasn't
still
a
got
lot
a
of money. They had some money. But
Hey,
it wasn't a lot of
yeah, but back then you had
$100.
100. But back then you had 100K. You was rich.
Man, back then you had 100K, boy. You could damn near shit 100K back then.
Right.
Shit.
You was rich.
You was
Come on,
motherfucking
man.
what was
If you
Big
had a
money for
Mustang,
real.
You was living in a
5.0
penthouse.
Mustang was like a Lambo.
Right.
If you had a 5.0, a Corvette, don't even like a Corvette or a Ferrari or a Porsche. That wasn't
even in the picture. No.
Yeah, it wasn't even a goal because it was so far unattainable. It was like we
Well,
didn't think
no.
about that, but he got a 5.0, and if you had a convertible 5.0, man, we was driving Suzuki Summarise and Nissan trucks.
But you gotta remember too, like that time, like you was trying to get a
MPV was
Lexus.
hot.
A Lexus was right here. A Lexus,
Yeah.
a Mercedes, you was the shit. Like there wasn't Bentleys, Rolls Royces, like all that. That wasn't the dream. That wasn't the goal. It wasn't obtainable.
Yeah. The Lux Coupe, the Beamers, and the Benz.
Hell yeah. Now you got chicks that frown on you and have a Benz. You got a C class.
I thought you saw that video where old girl was like, man, you driving in the Benz, you supposed to be riding in the Scat Pack. I'm like, what the fuck is this woman talking about?
Yeah, you got women asking what year is your car.
That is.
You can have a Benz, but she gonna be like, what year is it?
Yeah, but I'm trying to figure out who made that a trend that a woman needed to be in a specific model or year.
Shannon.
You could probably still
Marcus.
lie to them and say
Marcus
it's a
did that.
2012. They ain't gonna know.
He said shit.
You can still get away.
That's the problem.
You can still get away with 03 Beamer is a 740 Li 2003 Beamer is a 2012. You could probably get away with it.
Yeah, but the chicks that's asking these questions now, they already know the answers, man. You don't even want them. You get about my car. He ain't even if they asking like that they've been around some different kind of dudes that you don't even like.
I had a girl ask me why I
You
had
ain't
four Giottos and why I didn't get what the fuck was the name of the rib. She told me, what just came out like the last 3-4 years.
Rims? What, Giovanni?
No, it wasn't Giovanni's.
Well,
It's
that was
Rucci's. She was like, "You got 4Gs? Why you don't get no Rucci's? Step your game up, big dog." I was sitting there like, "Oh my god,
You should have
walking. Your ass walking."
Hey, but you know it's crazy though, because I got a friend, right? And she had ran into Mike Epps. You know, Mike Epps from Indianapolis, so they from Indiana, or whatever. She ran into Mike Epps, and you know what kind of car he was in?
Corolla?
He was riding around in like a
Suburban?
No, it was a Cadillac. It was a Cadillac. I think it might have been a Cadillac Eldorado. No, I think it was either Cadillac Eldorado or Seville. No, it was 4-door, so it had to be the Seville. It was like a 90 something. It looked clean though. He kept that motherfucker clean, but like I'm like, and when I seen it, because she had ran into him on the street, and he was just talking to her because her husband just got sick, so he was like sending prayers to her husband. And I looked and I said, "Ain't that something?" This man riding around in an old ass Cadillac.
Was it like restored? Was it restored and all that? Did it have candy paint? Like real? Like was it real?
No, it was like I think it was stock color, like you know the Cadillac beige. It wasn't even candy paint. It was Cadillac beige.
You know, some of them be having a little squatters too, just so they could kind of be incognito. They don't really want to be. If you want to step out,
I'm sure that he has a car that he want to step out in, but like,
yeah,
to be able to ride around just regular and like to see that, but you expect me to ride in the 2024 7-class BMW? 7 Series? Come on, man. Mike Epps can ride in a goddamn Eldorado, but you want my broke ass to be in a 7 Series.
Yeah, but he got the status. He got the status
He
without
Mike
the whip.
Epps.
He got the status
What they
without
say,
the whip.
Shannon? It ain't tricking if you got it.
Nigga, you ain't riding around in a 7 Series BMW, but you want me to be in one? Sit your ass down somewhere, man.
That sound real 50-50 there, Sweeney.
50-50 my ass.
That sounded real 50-50 there, buddy.
Hold on, what? No, they say, well, how they say it be, man? It's giving 50-50.
It's giving 50-50.
And that's exactly the reason why they lonely.
That's not very demure of you.
I mean, what would it take for
Sweeney.
y'all to go on? I mean, what would it take for y'all to be the sole provider, though? Like, what kind of woman? Like
$130,000. $130,000.
There's a number?
Yeah. That's how much it costs to be the sole provider. $130,000 in any given
For the
city.
dumbness of stats.
It
depends on your locale and how you spending. 130,000. You got guys that I know personally that live on 116, got 8 kids. He doesn't make over 80,000, but they stay clothed, they stay fed, they go to school and the whole nine. And that's in New York. So where you getting this fictitious number?
Ooh.
So wait a minute. You said that a man has
It smell
8
blood.
kids. He lives in New York City, and he's taking care of 8 kids on 80 grand.
Yep.
Yep. Find that hard to believe. I'm gonna be real with
Just
you.
eating chicken pot pie. And
That's why you don't live in New York and you live in Texas. And when somebody give
chicken
you
noodles.
true
Texas, you can
statements,
get $1. I'm gonna be real with you. Texas, you can get $1 for your dollar, and it's $130,000 in Texas. I did the math.
Spam for breakfast.
And I did the math a year and a half ago.
I thought the question was, what would it take? Like, what type of woman would it take? Not the dollar amount that you have to.
Damn.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, there's a number. Like, you throwing me off, Sweeney.
Well, no, he said, what does it take to be a sole provider? $130,000.
No, for the woman.
Like,
What
what
woman?
Oh.
Like, what kind of woman? Like, what would it take for you to be the sole provider for?
Yeah, because from my understanding, it's not y'all paycheck. It's y'all just don't theoretically feel like it's justified
I
to
think
have to pay the
people who
full
could be
price.
sole providers become sole providers, and those that can't don't.
That's not what the vibe I was getting from the panel.
hey
Like,
Shan, where you live, $130,000
wife.
can make you a sole provider for a family?
Yeah.
130K.
Yeah. I'm different with the numbers, man, because I think people don't. It depends on, like, I think like Kenny said, if $130,000 sole provider, sure. You got to understand, 130,000, 52 weeks a year divided by 50, $1,500 a week.
You got to make that net. That can't be gross.
That's $1,500. That's $1,500 every
net.
Friday.
I mean, that's
Friday.
gross. I mean, that's net. No,
that's I'm just
That's
going gross, but whatever. I'm just saying, if you got $1,500 dropping, it's actually a little more than $1,500 now that I redid the math. But the point is, if you have $1,500 drop into your bank account every Friday without fail, could you take care of a family of 4?
Of course.
The answer is yes. Yes, you can.
Yeah,
of course.
you can,
If $1,500 dropped into your bank, now how well, what you driving, where y'all eating, because the reality is milk costs the same for you as it does for rich people. Yep. A gallon of gas doesn't cost more for me than it does for somebody in a different neighborhood. The gas is the same price. A carton of eggs is the same amount. So if the eggs, the gas, the milk, the T-Mobile phone account, Netflix doesn't have a surcharge for rich folk. So Netflix costs the same, the DWP bill and the water bill and the gas bill, with the basics. Could you do that with $1,500 dropping into your bank account every single Friday, and all you do is work 40 hours a week, and you got your weekends to go have fun and go camping and go bike riding with your family? Yes, you can do that.
You can do that with much left.
Wait a
man.
minute. I thought he
At the
said
end of the day,
130K. I thought it's like 10K a month, 11K a month. What are you talking about?
No, $1,500 a week is $78,000 a year.
Yeah. So you said
No, yeah. So he said 80,000.
130,000.
I'm talking. Kenny said 80,000. That's the math I did.
No, I'm going off of Sweeney said
He's going off of his
130.
130.
130. So that
130.
yeah.
Now you're
That's like
talking
11K a
2,500
month.
a week.
That's 11K a month.
Where
Yeah,
130
so now
is
we're
good
talking
enough,
about
man.
2,500. So if you had but the reason I'm not using Sweeney's is because Sweeney says you could do that. I'm going with Kenny, who's saying he knows somebody who's doing it for only 80, and then Sweeney says I don't believe that. So I'm posing to Sweeney. Do you believe that if a man had $1,500 drop into his bank account every Friday, would he be able to take care of a family in New York?
He got 8 kids.
Yeah, he's all right. So
he got 8.
So all right, there's a difference between there's a difference between your money can only do what your money can do, and it is what it is. And can you do everything that needs to be done for a family for the next 18 years and be able to, you know what I mean, and do everything that a responsible adult is supposed to do. Now, if you only got 80,000, you got 8 kids, there's a reality of your child support can only be so much. It doesn't matter what state you in, they can
Why
only
you go
take
to child support? Why you go automatically?
Damn, why they can't
I
even live in the house?
kids, bro.
Can't get married,
I
man.
guarantee you, either some of them. I'll put it like this. I'll put it like this. I'm gonna ask: is he on child support?
No, he's not. He's
He's
married.
not on child support. All right, I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna tell you right now, right off the bat. I'm gonna tell you right now, right off the bat. If he was on child support,
This is
80K
Kenny
would not get him
2K,
there.
my player.
If he had to dedicate 30K,
This ain't no real nigga.
if he had to dedicate 30% of his income to multiple different women, is it all by the same woman?
Yes.
They all by the same
You
woman?
say he's married. He's married.
Ask
He's
questions
married.
before you start
8 kids?
adding quantifiers.
No, I'm asking because I want to make
Putting in
sure I'm
work.
sure before I make my
First he
assumption.
was
Putting
working
in
on
work.
child support,
I did
he had
assume
other
first.
women.
I assume first.
Yeah, but
I want to
a
be sure.
4-bedroom house, 2.5 bath. 3 kids to a bedroom, two bunk beds in each room. That's 4 beds. That's more beds than he needs. You know what I'm saying? So he got space. So obviously, there's a baby there. So one is probably in a crib in the parents' bedroom. So just we're not. Kenny didn't say he's living lavishly. Kenny didn't say the man is traveling with San Tropez. He's simply saying that there's a man that he knows that brings in 80 grand a year and is covering his 8 children in his relationship in New York. And I believe that can be done.
Hold on, wait. The question is, he's covering the 8 children with 80 grand a year. Is he also covering the wife too?
Wife stays at home.
Free child care.
Whoa.
So now we hold on, wait. So
there you go.
In 2024, wow.
So now
this nigga need the award. This nigga need the.
All right. So when I said
what kind of award can we get this dude?
Hold on, wait. When I say 130,
he should have been on King Talk, not Kenny.
No, when I say 130K, I mean when you take and you break down, and I'm talking about in Dallas. Dallas, you can get $1 for your dollar. It's pretty much roughly give or take about 10 to 15 cents.
Hold on, wait.
Break down. Damn, bro.
Everybody know Texas economy is on point right now. So you're right, dollar for dollar. It is.
If you can get $1 for dollar in the state of in Dallas, right? If you break down everything that you're supposed to pay for in life, that's health insurance, car insurance, your 401k, your taxes, and all of that, is to take care of a family of 4. You're running in between 100, 110, 120, maybe 130,000 just to give yourself a real good nest egg as far as savings. That's what you need if you're gonna say straight up your family's gonna be good and you're gonna be okay in retirement. That's what it costs. That's why I said I found it hard to believe.
Right, that's savings plus investing. You're adding a lot of other things to that. It's not just surviving.
How we know this ain't one of Kenny homies that came over from Ghana and they paid for this?
I mean, we can break it down, right? We can break it down right now.
Now you're saying he's unable to save $6,700 a year for a Roth IRA.
What are you asking?
Oh man, I'm gonna need you to laugh on camera, M. White. No, but for real though, Kenny, how we know this ain't one of your homeboys that came from Africa and they done paid for his flight,
Marcus,
his
stop laughing, bro.
house,
I know why you laughing, bro. Stop.
his car, everything, and all he had to do is get a job that was promised to him. And he started off with 80K a year.
Because he's a client.
So he's ADOS.
He's a client.
Yeah, but you know, you talking about a car and all that. He's in New York. So first of all, you don't even need a car in New York.
You don't need a car.
You don't.
Uh-oh.
So you just eliminated an
takes you
expense
everywhere
that
you need to
you
go.
cannot operate in LA without a car. You really not unless you want to be out in New York. It's a subway everywhere. So you just eliminated that expense. There also is no car insurance, so there's that expense that's gone. You really just need to make sure that these people are housed in a safe home. Their heat is working. The AC, you know, it's cool in the summer. It's warm in the winter, and there's food on the table every night. And nobody's
His wife
saying
cooks.
that they got a gourmet dinner every night. You know,
His wife
shit.
cooks. They're
So-
African. She goes right there to where all the Africans be. They work together.
There it is.
Kids, 2 of the kids are graduating high school, going to college on
Gave
full
this man
ride.
a stipend to
Free
come
child
Six
care.
others.
Some of the kids are self-sustainable. You got free child care, and he has $1,500 dropping into his bank account, his Chase Bank of America account every Friday. Can that be done?
So y'all gonna ignore the fact
How
that
much you
this
paying
man
rent?
potentially-
How much you paying rent?
Well, I don't know.
That's
No,
none
I'm
of your
asking him.
business. He's a client.
I don't know.
We don't know this nigga.
That's just plead the
Okay,
fifth word.
so
He's a client is his
Yeah,
just,
we
just
don't know.
he's making.
We know 80K, but we don't know how much the
He
rent
forgot.
is.
We
He
can know
forgot
how
to
much
write
he
that
make, but
down
we
on
can't know
his-
how much his rent
Imagine,
is.
just
It's a
know.
Come on,
person.
man.
I don't
It's a
have to lie.
goddamn lie, Kenny. Get
I
the
don't have
hell
to
out of
lie.
here.
I don't have to lie. He's a client.
All right. Let's say for the sake of argument that he pays average rent in New York. Since Kenny, the average rent in New York City
Hold
is
on.
$3,900.
What part of New York he live in?
He lives in Harlem.
Gentrified Harlem or the other
live
part of
in
Harlem?
Maryland. We live on the
See,
island.
you in
Okay.
Texas,
He
you have to ask qualifiers.
I wasn't
Is he living in
I
rent
wasn't even gonna
stabilized
do it.
apartment with 4 bedrooms?
I mean, that's what I was waiting on. I was
which
waiting on
Shannon was
that.
on point, so I left it there.
I was
He's in a
waiting
rent
on that.
stabilized
So he's getting
apartment.
assistance.
He's
Okay.
making,
Well, he good. All right.
he's
He
making
good.
$80,000 a year. He does not have a car. He gets to where he needs to get to. He has a full mutual fund set up. He has 2 kids with full scholarship rides. While you're laughing, the big doofy one up there laughs. He's
Why
actually
you even talking to me?
a client.
Like I say
He's
shit to
actually
you.
a client.
2 full
He's actually
scholarships.
doing well. He's actually a productive member of society.
Yeah, he caught a
And I
stray,
don't
yo.
have to prove. I don't have to prove anything to the accountant.
I ain't say
Nobody's
nothing.
asking-
The accountant
nobody's asking
slash
that.
barber.
I would say he getting
VIP.
paid
He caught a
more.
ricochet,
I don't have
yo.
to prove it. I just gave
Nobody's
something factual.
asking. Nobody's
I don't have to
asking
lie
you
on the
if-
client.
Nobody's telling you that you're lying.
Okay,
Nobody
so-
said you was a liar.
Wait. Initially, Shannon, what did he say? 80,000 is.
I
that's a lie.
don't believe it until you started giving out further information. Did you just say that
Okay,
he's
wait.
on
Watch,
assisted
watch how that matured.
Meaning, you
Watch
said
how-
right
watch-
now that nobody's calling you a liar, but then you also said I don't believe it. Now you can play with words, but if I said something to somebody and they said I don't believe it, that's a tantamount to calling me a liar.
No. All right. So when I said that, I started asking questions. I was
No,
like, I don't believe
it.
it.
a
We're
lie.
not saying that you didn't get more
I said
context.
I do
We're
not
not saying
believe
that you didn't do more
You didn't
discovery.
ask any
I
qualifying
know you
questions.
did more
So we
discovery.
could continue.
Well, now
this
that I
way. You wanna
am,
continue.
you basically confirmed that
So,
no.
so the smart
wait,
thing
wait,
to
wait,
do,
wait.
the smart thing to do was ask
Once-
qualifiers before you
I
say
did.
I don't believe. And
I
then watch
did.
this. The qualifiers that I could give you, I would give you, and then you'd be like, that makes sense.
All right.
Use
So
your-
once you
use
gave
your
me
mind,
the
Craig.
qualifiers, so once you gave me the qualifiers,
No, you should have
basically-
shut up. Wait,
No,
you should have
no,
shut
no,
up.
no,
You should
no, because-
you should have
hold on,
shut up
wait.
with the negativity and said,
There
you know
is
what?
no
Instead of don't
negativity.
believe, you should have been Sweeney on
I
Wednesday
still
and
don't
asked
believe
questions.
you.
Then watch
Negativity.
what I would have
I
did.
still
In
don't
good faith-
believe you.
Sweeney, he got
in good
mad
faith
and
in
stood up on
conversation,
camera. You
in
see,
good
Hold on,
faith,
wait.
I would have gave you the information piece by piece.
All right, and after you gave me the information piece by piece, you basically,
No, you already
confirmed.
wait.
You
You
basically
already
confirmed.
failed within.
You already
a common
confirmed that
discussion
no,
with
he is
somebody.
not living on 80K a
Okay,
year.
you can get
without
loud if you
assistance.
want to. Lower your voice, strengthen your argument. You were wrong from the get-go. You tried a continuation of something. You disqualified what I said by saying I don't believe. That means you didn't want the information. Because if it was valid to you, guess what you would have did? Hey, 80,000? Okay, what does he do? Apartment? Okay, what is his living situation? How is he saving? I can't give you direct numbers, but I know he makes his Roth IRA. He has mutual fund. He has insurance. He lives comfortably with a family. Yet 2 of his oldest kids got full rides. He still has 6 more.
He didn't pay for that.
And he's living comfortably. But no, the conversation started with a negative connotation. Nah, I don't believe you.
Bro,
And guess,
you don't. We
and
got
guess,
it. You don't have to
wait.
Bro.
You know what was the icing on the cake? Baldy Locks bruiser. Ha ha ha. That can't be true.
Look at this dude. He crashing out, y'all.
Bro, what's up with the metaphor, bro? You like the
bro? You already proved because when I asked about rent, you already basically said that there's a level of assistance that come into play on that, which further proves
that was at least 3 minutes in. As for you trying to disqualify that,
I already basically when I said I don't believe you, what I meant was no assistance, no help. How much is going to cost? So when you say a person can live on $80,000 in New York and take care of a family of 10, I don't believe you because the cost of living in New York says otherwise. And you just proved.
Okay, so you don't live here.
I let you finish. I let you finish.
You know what you do? You read
I let
numbers.
I let you finish.
The biggest abusers within within New York are the Jews.
They got a garden in the backyard, bro. They growing their food in the backyard, bro.
Within the Hasids, the Jews are the biggest abusers of those services, and they have a plethora of kids. You need to go over on Bushwick side. You need to go over on Williamsburg side. They have these 4 or 5 bedroom apartments. They live on lower amounts than that, but they know how to work the system.
Kenny, fair enough, but that still doesn't disprove what I just said. You said when I was talking about living on 80,000, I made the assumption that you meant, hey, he can pay his rent. He can pay all the bills that's necessary. He can take care of his family. He can take care of a family of 8 in New York City on $80K. When I said I found that hard to believe, I didn't think you meant that, hey, you was going to throw in free health care, free child care, and rental assistance.
No, he does not get free child care.
Of course, if you get supplemented on that.
He has a job. He has a job that gives him Blue Cross Blue Shield. That takes care of all his kids. He has insurance. He has all his kids covered. He has mutual funds that's set up. He has a Roth IRA and something else that I'm not going to mention. I can mention Roth IRA. He lives comfortably. You can in New York. With stabilized. He lives in a stabilized apartment. He's been there for God knows how long.
How much does he pay in rent?
None of your business.
Let's say you pay $2,000. I think the point is this. When we talk about these numbers that you got that we all read, because I'm a stats guy and I believe in the numbers, I use that for most of my arguments, is that numbers are averages. So there's people that live in New York that couldn't, there's people that one person can't afford to live in New York on $80,000. And then there's people in New York that make less than that have a family of 8 that live in New York. It's an average thing. So when Kenny comes and says, hey man, I know somebody, don't throw the averages at the somebody. Kenny's giving you a specific instance, which could be which might not necessarily be in that average stat that we always read, but he's far over here on the left that offsets the people that's far over here on the right.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think what Kenny's just simply saying, Sweeney, hear me out, dog, is before you say, I don't believe that, you got to say, well, tell me about your particular situation, because obviously your particular situation doesn't match the average that I'm understanding, because I'm in Texas and I read numbers and I understand how that works. The person that you're speaking on, Kenny, ain't this average guy. And Kenny will probably say, yeah, no, he's not the average guy, but I do know somebody that's doing it. And that's how that would have been.
So how I came across it, how I look at it, right, Shannon? So when he said you can live off of 80,000 in New York, because I know somebody that does it, that means 80,000 takes care of everything. No help.
I don't think he said that though.
No, I'm telling you how I took it. That's how I took it. So when I said I don't believe you, that's how I took it. So when you start to say, oh, well, he gets this, there was some help here, there might have been something going on over here, all I start to see is, okay, so how I will break down the numbers, right? Say, for instance, the average rent in New York City is $3,900.
He basically supported your argument, is what you're saying. He supported your argument because there was assistance, and you were basing everything off the fact that the numbers is $80K without assistance. That's basically what it was.
So, like, if he
Okay,
said,
B. Madden, here's the qualifiers within this conversation.
Kenny, wait.
After he said he don't believe me.
God,
That's when Bruiser chimed in and said, "Oh, he's lying."
What does that have to do with
No, Kenny, I know where you're coming from, Kenny. Kenny, no. I know where you're coming from. I understand why you came the way you came. I get it. Because he didn't come, like what Shan said, he didn't ask further. He didn't ask qualifying questions. He didn't ask, well, tell me more about your friend here that's making $80K with 8 kids. He didn't do that. So then you came at him the way you did. But I do understand what Sweeney was also assuming, and he did say, you mean with no help, with no assistance? That's where he was trying to get at. That was just his
Madden. In all respect to the conversation, I get.
You drank all of that?
And it wasn't.
I was about to drink your.
It was in no part in good faith when I opened my mouth.
What?
Right.
What?
There was no part that moved in good faith.
You drink
because B. Madden. Watch what I'm telling you. Before you saw how you would broach it.
All my liquor?
Yo, tell me more.
Mm-hmm.
It was, I don't believe you. Then freaking Frack was like, you're lying. You didn't want to hear the experience or the story. You wanted to disqualify me, my worth, and conversation. So I will react.
What does that have to do with disqualifying?
And Kenny, I see your point of view, which is why I was agreeing with you on that.
No, I was just.
I understood where you were coming from. So
now, with that being said,
now that everything's clarified.
When I say I don't believe you, it's not a personal attack to you. It's because I know the cost of living in New York City. So when somebody says you can take care of a family of 10 in New York City, it wasn't nothing personal. It was, hey, the cost of living in New York City is pretty goddamn high. So when you start to give certain criteria, so for instance, to give an example, if you say the average rent in New York City is $3,900, right? And you say, oh, well, in New York City, you only pays $2,000. I calculate that extra $1,900 in New York City and say, damn, $1,900 times 12 months a year, you're looking at a supplement of $22,000 a year. So you tack the $22,000 on top of the $80,000 that you said he made because he's being supplemented. And then you say, oh, well, his wife gets childcare for a low cost. So now I'm thinking, okay, now you got to supplement that because the average person in New York City is paying regular childcare, but you're being supplemented for having 8 kids and yada, yada, yada. So
how much income tax he getting back in the boy for them 8 kids? Shit.
So
he probably got everybody claiming them motherfuckers in Harlem.
So that's how I look at it. So when somebody says it only costs $80,000 in New York,
Marcus, you shake your head. You know how the hood do it, ain't it?
So when I say it costs
go ahead,
$1 for your
claim
dollar, so when I say for $1 for your dollar, it costs $130,000, and somebody responds and say, I know somebody in New York that can do it for 80. How is he doing? Like, I don't believe you. Not just on his money alone.
So you saying it's fraud, Sweeney?
No, he already gave us the answer. He told us that what he was doing is that he's getting help. In New York City, you might get a little extra help with 8 kids and you only make 80 grand.
Sweeney, did you account for the lifestyle? They probably got wearing what is the brands in Walmart?
You said that man out there wearing the bubblegum skippers.
They probably got the SpongeBob.
Got the Payless shoes ain't got no grip. You may fall and bust your lip.
And you know what's crazy? Sweeney, he probably got more saved than you.
He might.
And when his
what does that have to do with the price of tea in China?
Wearing his affordable apparel, being a man among men, taking care of his family, being a devout father, husband, got 2 kids excelling, full rides, and I'm sure the rest of them is lined up the same way.
Now, how does that disprove anything I just said?
See, Sweeney, you done disrespected his client,
Yeah,
his
asshole.
friend. So now it's personal now.
How
Sweeney.
does
You done
that do
fucked
that?
up.
No, I don't care
It's
about him going
personal.
personal.
It's
How does that
personal.
disprove anything I just said?
Be Madden. I can't even have them discussions because he's not my tax bracket.
Oh, okay.
Oh shit.
Okay.
So
Hey, I'm not
Shots fired.
So go back on fries.
Now Kenny just led with his wallet, and y'all got mad at me.
He did.
Ooh, one Shannon.
Kenny just took his wallet and was like slap. He slapped it on the table like it was
On the
like some
table.
bone.
Boom. The whole
Said
thing.
nigga what?
shook.
He said big six. Kenny just said big six on you, nigga. And y'all got mad at me. Believe me, I'm telling y'all.
Hey, look.
My bad.
Mr. Fiber
This is
just got your ass.
So this is what happens when
It be
somebody
mad in
is
the
hurt.
life of a lonely man with no kids. Stack of money.
Stack of money and a person in sight. Not nan soul ain't got a person in sight. Not
I
nan person
beg
to
to
share
differ
with.
on that. You could put yours up against mine. She win 10 times out of 10.
Sure.
That's a
OnlyFans
fact.
don't count.
Nah, that's a fact.
OnlyFans don't count.
No, this is how you play.
fact.
It's how you play big bank. Take little bank. Everybody put up $1,000 in the super chat.
I know
right
I'm
now,
broke.
so-
I'm not up here
understand.
trying to say, oh man, my money's more than your money. He just mad because I just disproved his argument. So now he's taking personal shots.
How you disprove it? The
Because
person is the actual person.
Because you
didn't disprove anything.
I did disprove it.
See,
Your argument
see,
was
Madden? He never intended to hear the discussion. What
We're
he
losing the
thought
narrative,
he was
gentlemen.
coming up here to do was
didn't nobody come up here and
that
say
he would
anything?
discredit me further with the help of
You
Baldilocks.
discredited me. Your attempt was to discredit me first. I
No,
never
no,
suggested
it's
anything
easy.
you said.
Wait,
when I
wait,
came
it's
up here, did I
easy.
say anything to Kenny?
Yo, my
or did I
guy.
come up here and talk about
My
happiness?
guy, it's
I
easy.
said nothing to
It's
Kenny.
easy. It's easy to work you over.
It sounds like some animosity from the past with y'all.
I'm
two. Like,
just mad. I'm just mad that I ain't got
Hey.
no damn popcorn right now because I could really be enjoying this show. Like,
please say regular popcorn. Don't talk about
Wait,
that.
Bruiser, you ain't free of
with some
this.
popcorn, man.
Huh?
I see you lurking on your branch, Bruiser Bird,
Pause.
with your mom jeans on. Nice.
Bro, this nigga got these African nursery rhyme metaphors.
Too bad you can't read the books
On
that
the
I
branch.
do. Ask for help.
Not here astute
If he was from
reader.
Philly, he
Not
would have
everybody
said
don't read the books that
on
he
the
reads.
sidewalk. But
I
he
ain't never
from
seen
I don't
nobody
Ghana.
have to
copy
beat
and
their
about
chest
paste
this
like
much
you,
in my life.
Sweeney. I don't
I ain't
copy
never
and
seen
paste.
nobody have to beat their chest this much in my life, bro. Come on,
Cool.
man.
For what?
It's okay, bro.
For
it's
what?
gonna be all right.
Kenny, the chat is asking, is you hurt, bro?
What you think?
I didn't hurt you. I know that.
Like
It wasn't me. So
everybody, we was having a
look hurt?
discussion about how much the cost of living.
no, you don't. You look like you what they call it, stoic.
Feelings.
I'm
You
cool
look
as a
stoic.
fan. We could play this game all day.
Can't nobody hear you.
Sweeney, you struggling. You can't even
Still
afford to
can't
get
hear you.
sick. Let's talk about it. You can't even afford to get sick. I could take a month off. Can you?
Look at God.
Wait a minute. I'm waiting.
Oh shit, that's my ass. Nope, no, it ain't.
Get back on fries.
Boy, hey, look.
Hey, JR, you have another
Get back
topic,
on
JR.
fries.
Hold on.
You got another topic or something, man, lined up? I mean,
hold on real quick while y'all fucking
it's getting
around.
late.
Yeah, while y'all fucking around, I noticed Kenny done had that damn green screen for 2 years. That nigga, he probably take that damn green screen off.
Okay, you know
and
what?
These niggas
Watch
might be in a cell.
Okay.
And goddamn,
I ain't heard nothing you just said, bro. You got to repeat all of that.
This man might be in Rikers Island in the cell, goddamn, with that damn green screen. He been had that shit up for 2 years. All I know,
change it?
For all I know, you out here chatting from the goddamn cell.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Hey, I missed all of that, bro. My headphones came. My thing on my headphones came.
Wait, Bruiser, would you want me to go chat in the Maserati?
Oh, you got the Maserati?
Yeah. It's right outside.
Okay, go ahead.
There you go.
I'm proud of you.
Wait. That's the key.
Okay, then.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man.
So,
You just got you
before you try.
bought you
I'm
a
good.
Amazon replica.
Yeah, okay.
I hope you got a Glib and not a Quattro port. I had a Quattro port. That shit was
Nah,
trash.
I got a Ghibli SQ4.
Okay, you got a Glib. Okay, cool.
Oh, that man's stunting.
Yeah.
Okay, you got your little 2019 Maserati. What's up?
Exactly. You ain't got nowhere to go. Where you going?
Here we go.
Man, got that, man. Proud of you,
doing
man.
all right. You did your time. You did your time, Bruiser.
Somebody who has to beat their chest for the internet because you lost the argument in a debate.
I didn't
I
lose
make
an
more money.
argument nor a debate.
When you know when somebody loses an argument, I'll make more money than you.
So wait. When did I lose an argument? You said I lied.
When we were talking about the cost of living. When we were
Okay,
talking about the cost of living.
Okay, so if you feel I lost the argument, I can't even bet you nothing. You have nothing. You're poor.
Damn.
And you bald.
That's fine.
And lonely. And your Maserati.
Okay, so I don't get a wash and set with my wife. So where are we going with this?
Goddamn roast session.
With the green screen.
Gina
B Madden said, man, this is gonna mess up his brain.
Darwin. Gina $7.89, $10 says.
For you, I digress.
Oh, the ladies is shouting out the handsomes. Appreciate it.
Yeah, I was a week and trying to advance in my career, and I am single.
Okay.
Who's you talking to?
I don't know.
Darwin.
Hey, hello.
Now, how about you come up with a better argument?
Oh, you man, attraction is a thing.
How
ain't
about
it?
you come up with a better argument?
Like button. Also, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Appreciate you guys.